Do this shit. Let me get the fucking app going. Let me get that fucking crazy translation thing going.
So
here we go.
ロボット&ザ・ベア・ウィズ・エリック・中村&ルーク中ヘズリング・サウザー・サラザール&モニカ・チョイ
wait, let's try that one more time.
ロボット&ザ・ベア・ウィズ・エリック・中村&ルーク中ヘズリング・サウザー・サラザール&モニカ・チョイ
Oh,
ロボットロボットロボットロボット
Remix.
so we're live.
live.
Yeah, we are definitely live.
Roboto and the Bear featuring Eric Nakamura and Rukchu featuring Salazar and Monica Choy.
Oh,
Yay.
All right, there. That's my best impression of the Google Translate speaking.
that sounds pretty good.
Japanese English. Sorry,
right.
it's the year 2020, and I'm just not in the singing mood right now.
Oh, you haven't done that once this year.
I know, but like, you know what? Who knows? Maybe when it warms up, like my vocal cords will like loosen up, and I'll be like, in
Yeah.
the singing mood again. Also, we have like
in the
people
middle.
Special
here.
guests, yeah. Before we get too far into it, special guests: Souther Salazar and Monica Choy,
Hello.
straight in
Hello.
from Portland.
Robot
Yeah.
and the bear.
Yes, thank
Robot
you.
And the bear.
Yes. Thank you,
Robot
Sam.
and the bear.
See, isn't it infectious? Robot. Oh my gosh, why
Wow.
why aren't I singing right now?
Robot and the bear.
Robot and the bear. Okay. Anyways,
So, yeah, Angry Bananas already asks, where are the Spanish shout-outs?
Oh.
Do you know any Spanish? I
Oh
don't.
no.
I only know bad words.
Oh,
Hello to all you cabrons out there. How's that?
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
agua.
Hey guys.
Shout out to agua.
You know.
Shout out to water. So, should we start our top fives? Are we already up for that?
Yeah, why
All
not?
right.
Why not?
All right, who's going first?
I can go first.
Whoa.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
like you can say like that.
Okay.
Because this has been a quote unquote heavy week.
Yeah.
And I don't have any heaviness on my top five.
Because you don't meet any, or you don't miss anybody.
That's true. I miss no one.
I know.
You know, so I'll just start pretty quickly. I've been watching an anime called Doro Hedoro. It's really good.
Oh, I have a manga, I think,
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really They just did an anime based
Wow.
on the manga, and it's fucking awesome. Dorohedoro.
Do you know what does that mean?
No, I thought you would know.
I have no idea. Doro, I mean, Doro could mean dirt, but I have a feeling it's a play on words of some sort.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
there's clever people.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I've been watching that, and it's really good. It's like this weird dystopian future thing where like there's magic users and non-magic users, and there's one guy who like has a lizard head, and like, you know, he's trying to figure out who gave him a lizard head, and he like kills people. So it's pretty awesome.
Lizard heads, huh?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about that today?
Yes.
We don't want to talk. There's a lot of serendipity on the
Wow.
planet, no matter what. But we were talking a lot about lizard people, shape-shifting lizard people,
Oh.
reptilians. Sorry, yeah. And we even traced it back to. Remember that show called V? Do you remember that?
Dude, I was just watching a documentary about that yesterday.
Oh,
What?
see, here it is again. Serendipity. So
Oh my.
I haven't watched it since then, but I remember that was reptilian people, correct?
Yeah. Fucking, what's his name? The guy from Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the good lizard people helping the
Oh.
humans.
Oh, I remember him. That's Freddy, right? Is
Yeah.
that Freddy?
Yeah, it's Freddy.
I remember that guy.
Yeah.
He was the good. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
he was the good lizard.
good
lizard. And the
was a
thing
good
that
lizard.
like really kind of threw me off about V was like the crossbred like human lizard
There
child.
was, huh?
Yeah, was
okay.
the reason was the one that saved the Earth, and you know, because she had like the magic touch, like she touched the two self-destruct keys that was going to blow up the planet, and like glowing shit happened, and it ended, and I was just like, this is
Dang, I
bullshit.
still haven't seen it yet.
But what year was that? 80.
It was 86, I think.
Oh, no. I think it was in June.
After E.T..
Was it
What?
86? That late?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe,
I thought
or maybe 84 or 83.
I thought maybe I was in junior high. So because I was in high school in 86.
Maybe I was okay. Maybe it was. Yeah, I think I
Could
was in
be. I'm
elementary
not sure.
school or junior high.
I just remember it was a big deal because that was network TV where there's only like what 8 channels or
Yeah,
something.
it was NBC.
Right? There's not many channels, so it's like that was a big deal when something interesting
I
was
remember
coming out.
it had a really interesting promotional campaign, and but yeah, lizards. And like, don't even get me started about the reptilian thing because like I'm a fan of the conspiracy.
Whoa. Is it a conspiracy?
Oh yeah.
It's not real?
And it's kind of like tied in with the Illuminati, blah blah blah, lizard people doing like, in higher up positions of the government.
Right,
know.
because there's like videos where they hit pause and all of a sudden it's a lizard man.
Yeah, but you see the thing is that like that's fucking bullshit.
Oh, come on.
It's called video distortion. Like,
Why does it look like a lizard and not like
no,
something
it
else?
doesn't look like a lizard. It looks like they're morphing,
Into a lizard.
And like it's just like look, it's fucking like bad tracking.
But why aren't they morphing into like an elephant or a dinosaur? It's a lizard.
Well,
Every
they're
time.
not they're not morphing into
specific
lizard.
morphing.
I know.
No,
like it's not
no,
a dog.
no.
It's not a cat. It's a lizard each time. Why? Is it just video turns into lizards?
What'd you have to say to that, Luke Chu?
Yeah, Luke.
They're not turning into lizards. They're just like the eyes just shifting down to here, and the mouth is like moving all over the place, and that's why people like they're like, oh, look how distorted it is. It must be a fucking reptilian, And I'm not saying that it's impossible because maybe it is possible.
Okay.
But the thing is that I do not believe that like I don't know. I mean, shit, Anyways, I don't know.
Okay.
I've watched.
Reptilians is a good band.
I have not heard the Reptilians.
Yeah, Reptalians from Portland.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about Portland.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
For
Yeah.
if reptilian stories trigger fear for anyone, just go listen to that band.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, my next thing is something that was on my top 5 last week, and that's the Fellini show, which I was in. I think I was one of about 4 paintings that actually adhered to the Fellini show, but which made me kind of feel like a bit of a sucker for like like making the effort and like doing all this research on a director I don't even like,
Yeah.
But
You
I don't know.
get extra points. You're a good boy.
Oh, thank you. My mom would be very happy to hear that coming from.
But
a
that
friend
means
of
you
mine.
take art serious, and when there was a theme was given, you decided you should stick to it. And
It's my graphic design background. Problem solving.
right. But
so-
still, I mean, you're adhering to the theme of the show, and if others didn't do it, that they just
Yeah, I mean, like
decided not
basically,
to.
it looked like a fucking retrospective show. Like everyone, like, it's kind of like opened up, like the archives and just threw a bunch of stuff up there, like old There's an old Ron English painting, and there was like all this old shit, and I was just like, "There's no Fellini here,"
Wow.
So
Wow.
I was disappointed.
Did they even at least show a Fellini movie or anything?
Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
They did that.
They did that.
Oh, they're so smart.
And
Oh.
trust me, like I said, there's about 3 other
Oh.
3 other artists I know have adhered to the theme. So cheers to me and the 3.
Wow.
Okay. Chinese New Year was this past
Yeah.
weekend. What? Big ups
That's
to all
right.
my Lunar New Year buddies out there. Like, but really, Chinese New Year is for everyone.
Me
That's
too.
right.
Yeah, for you too.
How?
Just because, like,
just the moon.
if it's in your heart,
Oh.
that's all that matters.
Okay.
We live beneath the moon.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
you
that's
celebrated
right.
Chinese New
Yeah,
Year,
that's
right?
right. Southern one.
Southern
No,
did.
I didn't actually.
I wore red and
Wait,
gold.
when is it?
It was
Or
on
when
It was
Sunday.
Oh.
Oh, it's actually Saturday. Sorry.
Oh.
See, I celebrated on Sunday, which means I'm not even a really good Chinese person.
Well,
No.
okay.
Thanks, Monica.
Oh, sorry. I don't know how to defend that, man.
And okay. So, and my number 4 is the coronavirus.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I've been watching a lot of videos on the coronavirus, and, like, nothing puts the fear in me quite like a video on YouTube about the coronavirus. Like, I've been thinking hard about buying face masks, even though I do not work with people. I lead a pretty solitary, like, lifestyle. But, I'm living in San Gabriel Valley, man. There's just fucking Chinese people everywhere, and they're just coming in from all over the place, which means I probably have as high a chance of getting sick as Eric does.
I don't know, man. Sawtell has a lot of people from China that are just visiting.
Oh, trust me, I hear it. Like,
Yeah.
like I walk up and down Sawtell, and all I hear is Mandarin.
I mean, not just Mandarin. It's Mandarin.
It's Mandarin.
It's like wearing, was it like Nike flip flops and sweatpants and
Oh yeah, and the big old Supreme fucking
right,
logo.
right. That's what I'm
somewhere.
saying. So it's sort of like these aren't from Taiwan dudes. These are from
No.
mainland China,
Oh yeah.
and they're from Wuhan.
Oh yeah, they're from Wuhan.
Yeah, they're from there.
Yep. They got out at the nick of time and are now enjoying ramen at Sujita.
Exactly, and coming in and just coughing.
Dude, you should tell your friends who work at Sujita to start wearing this face masks.
They could
You know.
literally, yeah.
So
Why is it called Corona? Do you know? I actually haven't looked that up.
I have not looked
Yeah.
that up either. Have you
Yeah.
guys? found
No,
anything?
but I thought it didn't sound that bad because it was called Corona.
Yeah.
It's like a
oh,
beer.
cool.
It's like a
It's
beer.
just like
Yeah.
down at the beach, man.
Down
Like,
at the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah, and also like in a copy machine, there's a thing called a Corona wire, but I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. You know, like if you ever had a copy machine and something breaks, there's the repairman will always say, or repair person will say, "Oh, you need new Corona wire." It's kind of like saying a timing belt for your car. They use that word too
And
liberally.
then you might as well just buy a new one.
I don't even know what that word is, but yeah, that's the only time. I mean,
The
oh,
corona has
and
the sun. Yeah, the
Yeah.
sun has a corona.
oh, see, there's another. Maybe that's what it's from.
sun.
Well, the virus is round and it's got like a lot of like spiky bits on it, so it looks
That's
kind
what-
of
like the little
sun-like.
rays.
That's what the corona is.
Wow, that's what it is then.
Southern.
Well, you just solved the coronavirus.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, everybody, Souther solved the coronavirus.
Just-
We now know what it is or where it comes from,
Yeah.
the etymology or
It'll-
whatever. But
it still could
Wow.
potentially kill you,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
you know.
Still
but,
lethal,
But now,
but-
like if you have the coronavirus, you could say, oh, "I know what it is it's from the sun, and it's all spiky."
Yeah,
but I'm gonna die.
It looks like a spawn, a sun. But like you know, I mean, like so far, I mean, like well, you know, it's funny because like every time I like will say a number, like from the last time I like you know saw how many people died from it, like it will just go up like about 30%. You know, the next
Well,
time
it's
I look.
over 100 right now, or
Is it? Like last time I looked, it was 90 something.
Oh, it's over 100 today. It was over 100. I saw it. Yeah,
Dang.
yeah. I mean, and then how many are there infected? Like 100,000 people, maybe.
You know,
Like
that-
literally, that's what they're saying.
That's
like,
probably
possibly.
Well, I think it's in the thousands, but it's probably literally the like many thousands that the Chinese government's probably like keeping.
Right, and then
on
there's
wraps.
what? There's some here in America, right? On
Yeah,
the mainland.
two in
Yeah.
Los Angeles, two in Southern California, one in OC, and one in Los Angeles.
Wait,
you know.
what about? Isn't there some in up there? Like, isn't there one in
One
Seattle?
of them was apparently in South Coast Plaza, so like you know.
Oh shit!
yeah.
Wasn't one in Seattle though? I thought that was a Seattle one.
Yeah, I think there's a Seattle one and a Chicago
Getting
one.
close. Yeah.
So
Surrounded
you're
on all
surrounded.
sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are the symptoms?
Don't know. I think
I think it's just like a bad. It's like pneumonia or
yeah,
something.
like a really bad
Yeah.
flu, but like there's a 5-day gestation kind of thing, which makes it really hard for people to detect, like to realize that they're
Oh.
sick.
Dang.
So, you know,
That sucks.
yep. Get those masks, Eric. You know that you can't get them on Amazon anymore.
I wish they made masks that you could just wear inside. You know, it's like there wouldn't be a mask. It'd be like some kind of internal thing that you could just
Oh,
There's no such
like
thing.
inside your body?
inside your mouth or inside your, somehow.
like
you could
something
just-
like
Wow.
tucked in your nose.
yeah,
tucked in your,
yeah. So they can't see it. But,
Ah.
no such thing.
Just
Uh,
hold your
Yet.
breath when you're in public.
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess so.
Just hold your breath when you're around those dirty Chinese. Eric. like you're
like I already
unfortunately-
don't. Like I already do that. Or, I'm just kidding.
I know you're constantly holding your breath around me. So.
Like, oh, fuck, Luke's here.
And my number 5 is Square Pusher, who is got a new album coming out at the end of this week, and I just bought tickets for his show in April, and I'm really excited.
Tell us a little bit. I remember the name. I don't remember the
Square
music.
Pusher, he was basically kind of like, he was like buddies with Aphex Twin and like that weird kind of experimental electronic or IDM, intelligent dance music genre. It's like really like frenetic.
It's like from 1990 though, right?
He started in 1990, but he's still been releasing albums. And
It was a big deal kind of for a second.
yeah,
But what about now?
well, I was able to buy tickets.
Oh, well,
You know, and-
not doing so good then.
Not doing that great, So I literally was like, oh, like there's there's a new Square Pusher album, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he's going to be touring Los Angeles, and he's touring Los Angeles. Oh,
Where's he
I wonder-
playing?
He's playing at some weird club, like 1217 or something like that,
Wow.
in downtown Los Angeles.
Wow.
So
I thought it was pretty big, but
Yeah, I mean, I saw him at the Hollywood Athletic Club. You know,
Didn't he play like Coachella type of thing? Isn't that like one?
Probably.
Has, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
but like, yeah, his music is really kind of can be difficult to listen to.
Wow.
Really, like if you're into like really like hard, like frenetic, crazy, like the craziest like electronic drums you've ever heard, then
Did he have a crossover of any
That's the
sort?
thing.
Like, was there a crossover like Square Pusher and Eminem or something? Like, wasn't there
No.
something that brought his name up bigger? Otherwise, I have no reason to know who this is, but I know the name pretty clearly.
I don't think he
Yeah.
really does a lot of poppy kind of stuff.
Really? Okay.
You know, so but yeah, I'm still a Square Pusher fan.
Wow. That's number one in your top 5.
That's my
Square
number
Pusher.
one, Square
Whoa.
Pusher. I was
Awesome.
excited. I've this is like the third show this year that I've already bought tickets for. I bought
Wow.
Ministry
Oh, whatever.
tickets, Ministry with KMFDM and Frontline Assembly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like my
just-
high school
Wow.
like
Yeah, that's like 1990
playlist.
1991.
That's like
type of,
1989 to
Wow.
you know whatever. Then I bought like Einstürzende Neubauten.
Oh my God.
Tickets.
Falling
you know.
buildings.
Yeah, collapsing new buildings. Yeah, because the Neubauten, you know, which I think, you know, so.
What about what's that other group?
And Square
God,
Pusher.
the other group that's been touring is what are they called? They're like another like German name. They've been touring.
Rammstein.
That, yeah.
No, I was never a Rammstein.
Okay,
fan.
me neither.
So, like, you know, they kind of popped up a little late. in
Oh,
my
it's,
thing.
it's an Air Force base.
Yeah.
Ramstein Air Force Base,
Yeah,
as,
it was-
as
there
they
were-
say in the movies, right?
Yeah, and there was a huge like
Yeah.
plane accident. You know, they had a plane show and a plane like crashed into the audience.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, and Rammstein.
Wow.
Or Rammstein or whatever. So I decided to save like the elephant in the room for you.
Well, elephant in the room, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So my top 5s. I don't remember if I even said it last week. Neil Peart died from Rush,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I don't even know if I mentioned that. Was that?
I think you did.
I don't know if I mentioned that last time
I think you did.
because you're thinking I'm going to say someone else died, but no, Neil Peart from Rush, more important.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, this is your number 5.
That was my. Yeah, I guess he's less important. He's number 5. But Neil Peart from the drummer from Rush. Rush was my first concert. I think I went to in '84. I think I saw him in '84.
Wow.
What year were you born, Monica?
84.
Yeah. Okay. So when you were born, I went to my first concert. Probably that day, right? I was
Yeah,
like,
that
hey.
day.
Yeah, that day.
very day. As
Yeah.
as my crown.
As you just got
As I
out.
crowned.
Yeah.
To the Neil Peart drum roll.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I remember there was somebody.
That's why I finally came
there was
out.
somebody air drumming near the front because I had seats far back, but there was somebody air drumming and they had drumsticks and they were in the crowd air drumming.
Oh, I mean, it's Rush.
That's
You know,
so
how
weird.
can you resist?
I know. It's so weird.
You know, I'm surprised the people next to you weren't air drumming.
They were, but this is just I could see the sticks. Like one guy in the front.
Oh,
with
he
sticks.
actually had sticks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was air drumming with sticks in the air.
You can't do that in shows these days. They'll like make you like leave the sticks like
Yeah.
at your car.
I guess so.
Leave the sticks. You can't have projectiles.
No.
Yeah, you can't have things that could potentially hurt the band.
Wow. Well, anyways, Neil Peart died. He lived in Santa Monica. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, he lived in Santa Monica. He was on that. I heard he was. He was riding motorcycles.
All right.
His wife and daughter died, like kind of I think a close time. Like both of them died in 1 year. So he went on a long motorcycle ride. Like he rode 50,000 miles on his motorcycle, went all the way to like Chile, and back through. And I think in Santa Monica he met a woman there who didn't know anything about Rush. That's what I think it was on that same trip. And then they ended up getting married, and he lived in Santa Monica. And then that's where he passed away.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, that's number 5.
50,000-mile motorcycle ride.
But yeah. Number 4, I guess I wanted to do an update on the Molotov cocktail man.
Oh yeah.
In the neighborhood council. So I guess
Remind people what the Molotov cocktail man.
so there's a
is.
guy in my neighborhood council who basically I could say if I had an enemy on the council, he's the one I don't like. So it's been like that for a while. I've been like he's been doing things bad, and I've been the one to point it out. I'm like, okay, you're going to get in trouble for doing this because you're actually fucking us all up. So I spoke up against him a lot, and he hated me. So we were always at odds. And then recently he got busted for no reason, as far as I could tell, throwing Molotov cocktails on the street from his car.
Well, that's not no reason.
Well, I don't know what the reason is, but I can't tell what it is. But
I
he's
mean,
throwing
you
them-
don't know his motivations for throwing Molotov.
No, and he was throwing
guns.
them toward McDonald's, but I mean, we don't know. And everything he does is sort of like he tries to get away with by being like kind of like acting like a stoner, you know.
Being aloof.
He tries to get away with everything bad he does by just doing that. And I'm like, dude, you just can't,
Like,
you know.
hey, bro. Sorry,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah, he does that. And it's like he gets excused all the time. So he's been getting excused for everything he's done wrong, which, you know, is a ton of shit. But then, you know, like he was, I think he was literally living in our neighborhood council office. So he had a key because he's a secretary. He was living in there, evidently. He was running power out to a cart that was in the parking lot, like a long-ass extension cord. So he's basically siphoning off power to some, you know, like he was doing all this stuff wrong and everything was just excuses and excuses. He put a painting inside the office that everyone was like, what the fuck painting is this? And he was like, dude, I bought it at a yard sale and I thought it looked good on the wall, you know, and he had a surfboard in there. And, he was
then
like,
someone would go like, yeah, I guess
It became his
it's
apartment.
cool.
nobody did that. No, but anyways, he was doing everything wrong and he was making himself at home in the office. Basically, there was like food on the ground and shit. So then he didn't get in trouble for anything, right?
Right.
So now he's throwing Molotov cocktails. He has a $1.65 million bond now.
6'5".
1.65. It was 500,000 last week. Now it's 1.65, and he's
That's
in
an extra 50.
extra million, basically.
No, 1.6.
1.15 million.
That's
extra.
1,650,000. Because last
Yeah.
time it was 1.6. Now it's 1.65.
I thought last week I said it was 500K because it was 500K for a while, but now it's 1.6. But anyways, he's I guess he's in jail. But so I've talked to the city and I'm like, is he still in the neighborhood council? And it's like, yes, he is. Is he still secretary? Yes, he is. And and there's also they're checking on some threat assessment thing because you know, I'm the one that spoke out against him a lot and stuff like that. And he was caught right by another member's business of the neighborhood council. Like he got caught right like within the same block. So, and you know, that's the other guy spoke out against him a lot, and his car was found with all this explosive shit in it or something like that. So
Dude,
there's a little bit of
want to
there's
see giant robot go bye.
so there's a little bit of threat assessment type stuff that they're looking into the city, and but then of course they said we'll call you Monday, which was yesterday, and they didn't call me. They didn't call me today either. So I don't know if the city's really looking into anything, but they told me they would call me yesterday to give me an update, and they have not. So there you go. So if anything
Scary.
happens,
Damn.
yeah. So I you know
You got a lot of burnable stuff at
so
both
we,
of your
but
stores.
we report, you know, it's one of those things that had to get reported. It was like, well, you know, this happened. So then they were just like, oh shit, we need to look into it. Because they're oblivious. The people in the city are just like, you know, I'm like, dude, do you realize there's one of our members is doing this? And he lived in the office. Maybe the office has a bomb in it because nobody goes in there because that guy has a key. So nobody wants to go. So it's like, you know, so like it was asked that the police sweep the offices and stuff because he might have left stuff in there.
Right.
Because nobody really wants to go in there anymore because of him. So it's just weird. But anyways, this is an all I told you so. I told everyone that this is going to be problems and nobody listened. And then lo and behold, Molotov Man.
Molotov Man.
Yep, the Mad Bomber of West LA.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there
Didn't
was
kill anyone, but
no, but yeah, we were worried a little bit that he would come to a meeting upset because I've spoken out against him so much that he might come and do something bad. And it was
Right.
kind of brought up. Some have, and now a
it'll
policeman.
be a Joker. Oh, you haven't seen Joker.
I haven't seen
yet.
Joker, but I guess the next meeting, the policeman, an armed policeman, is going to actually be there the entire meeting.
Whoa.
Yeah, on our request because you know.
Who knows?
He might need to. He might
Joker, so you could see
he
what
might need
moment
to,
I'm talking
He might need
about.
to shoot somebody down. We'll see if that guy, because that guy might somehow make bail and get out. He has a hearing on February 5th. Our meeting is like later that
Yeah,
month.
but that's literally a $165,000 10% bail.
I heard his parents are wealthy. I don't know. That's what I heard. So he lives in, he's from Santa Monica. Might have a lot of money. I'm not sure. Or he might just get released. Who knows? He might do the, oh, bro, I just thought I would throw these out the window. I thought it'd be really neat. Chinese New Year, bro. And then, seriously,
yeah, but that was like weeks ago, though.
he might get, well, it's just like a week and a half ago, but he might get away with it. We'll see. Anyway.
Missed
Okay.
Chinese New Year by a week.
Yeah,
There you go.
it was for Chinese
That was my
New
number
Year
4.
excuse.
My number 3. Sorry, you didn't make number 1. Monica and Souther are
Oh,
here.
Yay. I'll
Yay.
take middle.
And they were here. They came here for the show from Portland, and here they are. We're going to do a closing event tomorrow
Yes.
from
Yeah.
7 to 9 at GR2, and they actually are here, came down and to hang out more.
It's a great show.
That's amazing, right?
Yeah. There was, I heard that the tent that was created.
Oh,
There
the
was
tent.
people
Blanket
like
fort?
just the blanket fort. People have
Yurt?
just kind of like hid themselves in there. Like Eric needs to double check.
I now need to check to make
Oh.
sure. Yeah, somebody was in there. I closed up, man.
Oh.
I brought everything in, locked the door, counted the money.
Oh
was
my
I literally flicked the lights off and started walking to the back door, and a person walked out and was like, "I'm still in here." It was a woman, like a younger woman. And I think she probably just had headphones and was lost in drawing, right?
Yeah.
And that's like amazing to
That's
be
pretty
lost in.
sweet.
And you might have been in there for like a half an hour before that, like this whole time. And I had no idea.
Yeah.
But I was like mumbling, like I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I want to go home. I was like talking to myself, like literally I was. And like when she came out, I was kind of like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed. But I think she had headphones on. She might not have heard me. But
Right.
I was just like mumbling, like, oh, I want to go home. I don't usually do that.
She
You know what,
heard
though?
everything.
That day, I was like really tired.
If she works a job, then I'm sure she's heard the exact same mantra before.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, but I think it's good job, both of you guys.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a
And,
good show.
and
You guys should
Monica did the fort. The blanket fort is
Yes.
Good job,
hers. Yeah.
Monica.
If you guys haven't
Wow.
checked out the show, you should come on out. It's a great show. It'll be open tomorrow
Yeah.
from
Oh, tomorrow, 12 to 6.
12 to 6.
Or actually, technically 12 to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can come tomorrow. The closing 7 to 9. What are we going to do? Draw? We're going to have
Draw.
tables for drawing and have some
snacks.
snacks and stuff like that.
Snacks,
Hanging
yeah.
out.
But
drawing,
we-
hanging
yeah.
out.
I mean, drawing and snacks alone that's worth.
Some
that's
flamin' hot
great.
Cheetos for Luke.
There you
Yes.
So
Maybe some tough gummy if you could bring them.
I
Tough
know what,
gummies.
oh no, I'm hoarding my tough
You're-
gummies for fucking
Tough gummies is a
coronavirus.
candy we love. Yeah.
Tough gummies is a
Yeah.
gummy candy from Japan made for apparently men,
oh,
or at least tough people.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
and,
Wow.
they're chewy and good.
Yeah,
What are they shaped like?
cubes.
Because
Little
that's
men.
tough.
They're shaped like little
Very
muscles.
stable,
They're shaped like squares, not like a
sturdy
weird
gummies.
Yeah.
no weird fruity like shapes or anything like that.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, you get a shout out right now by Jeff Soto.
Oh,
Jeff Soto shout out.
Yeah, he just gave you a shout out on on the YouTube. So
Art Center.
There you go.
friend.
Wow,
Yeah.
Wow.
that's,
love Jeff
that's
Soto.
royalty. I know that's
I
big
love
time.
Jeff Soto too.
Yeah.
Me
He's
too.
awesome.
Hi,
Hi,
Jeff.
Jeff Soto.
Hey, Jeff Soto. We want you on the show, Jeff Soto.
Yeah, just drive here from Riverside. We'll talk about cactus
Well, we could meet we could do something
Okay,
in
yeah,
between
that's true.
like in my area
or something, but we can talk about cactus.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Jeff
Dude,
Soto makes
yeah,
the
Well, you know
best zines. Have you
Really?
seen his zines?
Yeah.
They're so
Lately,
good.
of late, I've
over
seen the
time-
old ones. Yeah, a lot of the older ones. I haven't seen one lately though.
Yeah, I've got some older ones.
I wonder if they're all about cactus now. He's all into cactus.
They often have a section about cactus.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm an
you
airplant
guys-
guy. We could do airplant versus cactus. It'll be a great episode.
Oh.
Yeah,
And then will you make a zine together?
airplants win though.
Should.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Airplanes. will
I
win.
don't know.
Airplanes
about
win,
that.
victorious in the end.
I don't know.
All right, but yeah, it's,
Wow.
you guys should come. Anyone should come tomorrow. Hang out 7 to 9. Draw.
Yeah.
Dazzle
12
us
to
with your
9.
drawing.
12
No,
12?
well, technically
Oh,
12 to
yeah.
9, but 7 to 9's our
We'll
little
be
after party.
Yeah.
Yeah, be awesome.
Come at 12 and come back at 7. Get
Yeah.
the food then.
Yeah, all that. Number 2, Maggie Chang art shows to follow. It starts Saturday.
Nice.
Maggie Chang, yeah,
Looking forward to that too.
should be cool. I think it's her first solo show, at least in LA. I think she had like a solo show somewhere else once, actually, like in Minneapolis or something. Kind of random, but she didn't want to do a solo show for the last year or so, and she finally said, "Okay, I'll do it."
Wow.
She's always been like, "No, I'm not ready.
Bending
I'm
that
not
arm.
ready." She
Fucking
kept saying, "I'm
pulling
not
that-
ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready." She has said, we've done group shows, and then finally she's like, "Okay, let's do it." I was
Oh.
like, "Okay."
Cool.
It's
Have you seen
time.
the work?
Just pictures of it, but yeah,
Is it look good?
yeah,
Excited?
yeah. Maggie Chang.
I don't know.
Bro.
Like, there's so many Maggie Changs in this world.
No.
Right, Monica?
Probably.
But
Probably.
it's CH.
Likely. Highly likely.
It's CHIANG though.
Chung, Maggie Chung.
Yeah, there you go.
Chung.
So maybe that's same as Jung, right? I don't know.
Like Chung, but Chung.
Yeah, CHIANG. So there.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe there's just only
is
a
a
small
different one.
handful of Maggie Chungs.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
there's a lot of Maggie Changs.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's only one like
agree.
this one.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, but there's only. I mean, we're all individuals, right? But
Yeah.
there's a bazillion
But
Ralph.
she's also an art center grad who basically after graduating never stopped getting illustration work. Like she's been working as an illustrator full time, making the cash, doing illustrations.
It's called
nonstop.
It's called representation. It's got good management.
I don't think she has any. I think she does it all herself.
Wow.
I don't think she has a manager or anything.
Good
But she's nonstop getting work. It's kind of
That's
it's
awesome.
amazing.
That is kind of
Yeah.
amazing if
That
she's
makes
really
me
doing it
happy
on
to
her
hear.
own.
Yeah, I don't think, and I don't think she's making What is she supposed to make postcards that you give away to people? I don't think she does any of that
It's
stuff.
like fuck this postcard thing.
Just yeah, that's old style. Yeah,
It's all about the Instagram game, yo.
yeah. I think that's what she does.
Nice.
Kicks ass. And number 1, top 5, bottom 5. Got to talk about the Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant dying. Yeah, pretty sad. But I don't. That you're almost like building up this one moment of Kobe
I
dying.
knew it was fucking coming.
Well, it had to come, right? It's a big deal. It's a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah, apparently.
I
I
mean,
saw so many people crying on television, and I was just like,
yeah.
grow a pair.
Well, that's because you don't miss anybody. But
well, I mean, like, you know what? I'm definitely more affected by people I actually know than like people that are that I don't know.
right.
You know, and it's like you could be. I've never met him before, but and I'm just like, oh my god, seriously?
Who do you know that was crying?
I just saw videos of people crying on YouTube.
Well, maybe they knew him.
No,
they're
they
saying
would
they-
preface it with the I've never met him before.
So you're watching people crying on YouTube saying that? Like, what are you doing?
like,
why
you know,
are you
like-
watching this?
Well, okay, I watched the Young Turks. The Young Turks is, you know, like my favorite like
Right,
news
awesome.
channel, and like there's this one guy who like, you know, I
What's
think
his name? Senk Uger?
no, it
What's his
wasn't.
name?
It wasn't Cenk
What's his
Uger.
name?
It wasn't Cenk Uger. It was Brett Earlson or something like that. It was on a
Right.
different show, and like he was like talking about like, you know, Kobe, and like he was kind of reflecting on like the thing, like where there. I think there was a game going on that afternoon, and everyone was holding the ball for like 24 seconds or something like that, which is kind of like a fucking, you know, thing about Kobe. And
It's
then, like,
touching. It's
you
not. He
know.
was number 24.
And then he was, and then as he was telling, you know, recalling it, he just started kind of getting all welling up and choking on his voice, and I was just like, "Oh, are you fucking kidding me, man? Are you fucking kidding me?" You know, like, but like, look, you know, I mean, like, if he was your friend and you're sad, I understand. If you just knew him and watched him for 20 years while he was a Laker, you know, and you're kind of like, "Oh, that sucks," that's fine. But if you're gonna fucking cry about it,
Well, you know, he did. I mean,
There were children in the crash.
I feel for the children. And here's my, and you know
yeah,
what?
there were other people who died. Too,
You know what?
but,
And this brings up the other.
eight others.
You know
right?
how many people die tragically in this country, in this world, every fucking day? Like, where are the tears for them? You know.
I'll shed a tear for them, if that would help. But I guess it wouldn't really help, right?
Well, you know, I mean, like,
I mean, you know, that sucks.
yeah, it
Yeah.
sucks. But the
Yeah.
thing is, but because
But this
you
guy
know,
was famous, man.
Yeah,
this guy
you know
touched
what?
a lot of people, I guess. So I think that's kind of what the big deal is, that he touched
you
a
know,
lot of people.
I'll tell you what my problem is.
And he did, you know. Okay, go ahead.
My problem is that, like, okay, I find out about this, and then like I'm driving around and I hear it, like, you know, it's noon. I hear it on NPR, and I'm like running errands and this and that, you know. And then I like jump in my car at 1 o'clock. I hear some more of it. I jump in my car at 3 o'clock. I hear some more of it. I jump in my car at 5 o'clock in the evening, and it's just been 5 fucking hours of this shit.
It went much longer than that.
I'm sure it fucking did.
It's gone like 2 days.
And
now.
I'm like, it's
I
like,
think
you
it's
know,
starting to slow down finally.
it's
but
kind of like,
it's been
what,
2
did the
days
fucking
now.
president died? I mean, like, I would be cheering, I'd be fucking stoked about that. But like, you know, but shit, like, you know, like, he's a retired basketball player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was influential, you know, for people. So
Sure.
You know?
I mean, like, you know, I'm an asshole. I completely admit that. I'm a fucking grade A fucking USDA choice dick. And, you know, and it's like,
Wow, that's
but-
pretty highly rated.
but a very small one, so it's
yes,
okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, packed full of flavor.
That's what he said.
Anyways, sorry. And anyways, you
No,
know,
but yeah.
I was admittedly annoyed.
But there was like, it's still like the one thing to think about too is he, you know, like he wasn't, the one thing to discuss too a little bit is the fact that he wasn't an angel, right? He actually had problems, right? He had the whole like rape case that I guess, but it ended up not going to trial. You know, they solved it with money basically, right? It was a payoff, and the person didn't want to testify, and it was dropped. But then, like, it's one of those things where, yeah, that happened, and I guess it would be different if it were today. But then at the same time, I mean, I guess some people are going to excuse it by saying, oh, but he's done this, this, and this. But I'm not saying it's excused, but it just got further and further back in the rearview mirror. right? Like that was already like 12 years ago, maybe when that happened or something. But since then he does, wins an Oscar. So that rape thing gets a little smaller, right? Then he does this and it just like, you forget about it more. He gets in media with his daughter, helping his daughter's basketball. Then he's like, against gay slurs or something. He went, and he kind of went, you know what I mean? Each time he did something, it made that rape thing smaller. But then now that he died, that rape thing gets, some people are just
Boom.
It's right back up to the front. Like the biggest thing he did was that. So
You
it's
know-
one of those things that's like it'll affect different people in different ways. Some people are
Yeah.
going to only remember that, and some are going to excuse that, and some are just going to have to like, for me, it's like that happened, man. But that was 12 years ago. He did all this other stuff. Not that excuses that, but it just kind of like, it's like he did 25 more things after positive things, and then there is that gnarly negative thing he did.
It is a gnarly negative.
Oh,
thing.
hell yeah. It's a
like-
gnarly
like-
negative thing he did, but it's like, he also did 25 more positive things after that. Doesn't excuse anything, but some people only remember the one negative thing. And
Well, that's the-
I
that's the
gotta,
kind of world we
I gotta
live in.
look at it all together. That's
And-
personally what I have
Yeah.
to do.
Namely
It's hard.
the victim, because the
Yeah.
victim has to see his name in the headlines
Yeah, and I
now.
think other people who have suffered from sexual assault would possibly be triggered by seeing someone who like did that be celebrated
Right.
Yeah.
and remembered only for all the good stuff.
But the thing is
But
that like
it's
they
like you
every
have to weigh
time
it
they talk about it, they also mention the rape case. So-
Sometimes a lot of it just got to me. A lot of it just disappeared. Right? It's almost like Michael Jackson died. It's like everybody celebrated Michael Jackson, but might have did a lot of bad things, right? And it seemed like a lot of it just kind of like
Well,
went away.
I think
mean,
that
he
there-
was celebrated in the Coliseum or something or wherever it was, or
Right.
the Forum or wherever it was. It's like
At the, I think was it the Staples Center?
wherever it
wasn't
was, it was just celebrated, televised, all that stuff, and it's like, well, didn't he just do all this
Yeah,
bad
but
stuff?
the thing is that like
Yeah, just-
Michael Jackson was acquitted for all the different cases, and Kobe settled
Right.
on that. So like there is the
I guess
issue
that's
of
different, but
the issue of guilt is different,
Right.
Because by settling, it's an admission of guilt,
right.
But by being acquitted, you are relieved of guilt.
I guess.
And
So he didn't do
then-
it. Yeah, that's right.
and
That's
and
Albert
then-
Reyes would say he didn't do it. So
Yeah, well,
there you go.
then I mean, like even like was it Leaving Neverland? Like those documentaries, there's still like an inkling of like are these guys full of shit?
Right.
That I mean, like, I believe that MJ fucking did it, but like that's because I want to believe it.
That's a tough one. But nonetheless, that was my top 5, I guess. Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
I tried.
Who- Which one of you want to start
Are you
first?
Are you guys doing one, or are you guys doing one of each?
Oh,
Up to you guys.
I think we each did one.
Whoa,
but-
awesome.
Awesome.
Even better.
We're gonna have so much to talk about.
yeah. This is what the purpose of the top 5 is.
Okay.
So there's gonna go.
Oh, let's go Souther.
Yes.
Okay, so 5. We go 1 to 5, 5 to 1.
I do 5 to 1 personally. I used to not, but I started. I think other people were doing it. I like that. Yeah.
I like to save
The suspense.
It builds up.
the most important thing to me at the end.
Okay, you're a real big hero when it's 5 to 1. 5, families. I just, families. My family came out to this show, and I hadn't seen them for a while, and then
That was cool.
it was just really good to see my family, and then included in that is like my art family, the community, like the Giant Robot family. Just all my people I count as family, spiritual families, friends that are just that much closer to me. And then we just saw Monica's family for Chinese New Year, and it's like there's something missing when you don't have a sense of family nearby.
Sure.
So, and I include, ancestors in that. I've been trying to connect more to the story of my own inherited ancestral story. So that's 5. 4, Robot and the Bear.
Wow, more than family.
Wow.
Dang.
No, not more than, but
No.
oh yeah, you're right. It is more than.
Number 4.
Yeah, more than. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's non-linear.
Wow.
It's non-linear. 5 is very
A
stable.
non-linear top 5.
Yeah.
It
It's
could be,
okay.
It could be like an arc, like So
That's not in order.
Wow, Robot and the Bear made it.
nice.
How many episodes have you listened to now? It
Oh,
seems like you
yeah.
have.
Did we listen to?
3 or 4.
Wow.
I mean,
You
it's
know-
like a billion hours between LA and Portland.
Yeah.
So.
So we listened to them during the drive.
Wow.
Wow.
And they,
Thank
you know
you.
what? They really keep you awake. You guys
Yeah.
really keep us on
Wow.
our toes.
Yeah, I
Listening.
just really admired like your banter and
Yeah,
the
it's like-
chemistry and
What will they say next?
Oh no.
you know, and I don't know, I'm not much of a conversationalist, so I just hearing you guys talk about whatever you want to talk about is a really beautiful thing.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
And it made the drive. It just really helped us get through the
Oh,
drive.
it's super fun. It was so fun. I mean, especially
Yeah.
there
I
was
mean-
one episode. Whoa, this last one, you talk so much about like different kinds of snacks that you enjoy.
Oh.
I
Oh,
do
at
have
the
to
end.
say,
Was that the very end?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Oh, we were
It
about
was
to, we were about to
great.
sign off,
Yeah.
and then
It
all of a
was so
sudden, when that
good.
came up, it was like it's on.
Oh yeah,
We're going
So
another
many
15
snacks.
minutes. Yeah.
yeah.
I gotta say though that at McDonald's for the chicken nuggets, I am in the sweet and sour camp.
Oh yes, sweet and sour
Yeah.
is it. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
barbecue is like if they'll give me the extra packet,
Yeah.
yeah.
It makes,
But
I
if
would
I can
try to
only
get
have
both,
one,
too.
sorry.
no,
Sweet and sour.
Mix
sweet and sour number one.
wow.
Yes.
Well, I am at a fucking sweet and sour table here.
I was barbecue first, then sweet and sour, and then I would try to get both and go back and forth.
Maybe I should give sweet and sour a chance. I guess
Sweet and
that.
sour.
Yeah.
I guess that's the takeaway from all of this.
Sweet and sour. Thank you.
Three,
Thanks much.
I'm gonna say drawing.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel I draw every day, and I have since I was little. I can't not do it really, but I feel you know, every year of my life I reconnect to it in different ways. Like it's I think also I'm kind of wrapping into that this whole experience of the blanket fort that Monica made for the show, and seeing how many people, families, children, kind of all ages were in there drawing in that sketchbook, and I've just been really looking forward to getting back down here to look at and see what everybody drew. Sometimes just looking at drawings to me is I get something I just can't get in any other way by drawing and sharing drawings and looking at drawings. It's just a different language, and I'm never bored of it. And I feel like with this show, I was able to show drawings that I usually wouldn't show. Just drawings that when I'm like, that's a weird drawing, and I would normally just like throw it away. And I kind of wanted to be like, but I drew that. That happened. I want to put that on the wall.
Oh, that's why there's those couple of weird ones.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
there are some weird
Eric-
ones, but I
Eric-
fixated on the weird ones.
I called one of them being just the weirdest one, and
Yes.
sure enough, it was the one that sold the last one of its price.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I think it sold, so well, I think. Anyway, yeah.
It's, you know, I think there's this thing about drawing where it's a way you kind of communicate with yourself. I also find as a way sometimes you find different ways to love yourself, and I think with drawing, when you reject a drawing for being too weird, you're sort of like, but that's your hand, your eyes, your mind working together. It's something about it to always. There's just a lot of intrigue in there.
But I think for me, like since I wouldn't call myself an artist, but when I think of an artist, I think of a person who has that passion that might want to draw every day. I mean, you don't have to draw every day, but a lot really want to draw every day, that they're drawn to it. They have to do it or else something's not right. I mean, that's, you know, sometimes I would think that's like a passion to be an artist takes that. Whereas me, I don't have to draw ever. Like I can draw for years, like literally not years. I will not draw one thing, or I can just, you know, I could scribble something, but to actually like take a blank piece of paper and really go, okay, I'm going to draw this thing or draw something. Yeah. I can go years and not do it. So, you know, I just don't have that passion to like, I have to do it. So
I'm always impressed by people who are able to, who have that drive to like want to put pencil to paper. Because I know I don't either.
I mean, I draw like stupid faces and stuff, like really quick, but then I'm not going to spend 1 hour straight and draw. Like no, absolutely not.
Like
Except I did though during your
Yeah, I'm
that's the only time I've done that in the last many years. Is like I spent an hour. It was at the, what do you call that? The meditation.
oh, the moon
Yeah.
dune
The
The
meditation.
Yeah.
Moon Dune
Our-
meditation.
our
yeah.
Moon Dune
I actually
meditation.
drew an hour straight there. That's
Wow.
that was awesome. Like it felt really great, and I was like, whoa, this is my excuse to myself to like let me have that fun, you know. But otherwise, since then I haven't done that, and I don't know when I'll do that.
Yeah,
again.
but you're also finding other ways of it being able to express yourself artistically.
I know, but still, that drawing's rad.
And they were really cool drawings. Like I don't think you have to draw every day for it to have meaning. But like when I
Not
saw
meaning,
you do
but
those
more. It's more
drawings-
like the passion to want to do it the next day or the day after or something like that.
Yeah,
Since then, there hasn't been one other moment where I felt like I want to just draw.
or just to be like that, to have that kind of like drive and passion.
That's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily have that. I wish I did every day, but I don't. So, but artists do. Like maybe you do somewhat. Well, but no, okay, you don't.
Oh,
You're
it
weird.
turns out you're not an artist, Luke.
No, it doesn't mean
I
you're
may
doesn't
not
mean you're
be.
not. But I mean, but you're driven to paint. You're doing
Yeah, I
paintings, and you're
paint
driven to
and-
do stuff. So,
And I
You know.
take notes all the time about like ideas.
see,
what
then you're doing
ideas-
shit, man.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
take no notes and a lot,
You do shit every day.
but I'm not taking no notes. I'm not taking no notes and drawing pictures. I'm just like chilling.
But you're constantly looking. Like I've never met a person who has the eye quite like Eric.
Yeah,
like,
Eric is extremely observant about
Yeah.
everything.
Whoa.
Well, it's true. Like your favorite game is to sit there and go like, okay, something's wrong here. Let me figure it out, and then let me like
I feel
ask
bad.
the artist like, so tell me about blah 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 blah.
Oh my god, I've seen perspectives drawn wrong when and no one notices it, right? Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like that's perspective's wrong, and then break it down and they're like, yeah, it's definitely wrong. But then some people you don't notice it sometimes, and sometimes it bugs me because I notice it. But
Yeah.
but rad drawing.
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 That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 2, Lakota, our puppy that we adopted.
Oh yeah.
Lovely dog.
We she's just brought this new dimension into my life. I've never cared for a puppy or a dog. I've helped care for them, but I've never been responsible. And it's this it's just beautiful. Like it's so special to have this creature who just looks at me all the time and is looking to me to be engaged and to like show that I'm always there. And I also am kind of like in with that is this wave of change of me like having to be much more conscious of my surroundings and my like present reality, because I do dream and draw so much that this dog will just like come and just like run and throw her paws on me and be like, just
Time to play.
yeah, just tell me like, you need to get up, you need to go outside, you need to take me for a walk, you need to feed me. Like it's really been and then I do, and my life is better, which has really surprised me, because at first I was like, dogs seem like a lot of responsibility, and I was always hesitant. I've had cats because they tend to give you a lot of space. But so Lakota, the puppy, and all the changes she's bringing into my daily life.
Awesome.
Dogs.
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 And would you miss Lakota if you were gone? And-
Oh.
I do.
Oh,
miss her.
okay.
I missed her
Oh.
when I was here a lot.
This has
we
nothing.
did.
This has nothing to do with you, man. We're just,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah. See. Okay.
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 Yeah, we didn't have her last time, and
so
we
this
brought her
is
this
a
time.
healthy human being. I am not.
Oh my god.
Well, this isn't about you, man. This is about Souther.
Okay.
Did you have pets growing up? Luke?
Yeah.
Do you miss them?
I did.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Wait, that's past tense,
Mm-hmm.
but not anymore.
Right. Moved on. You know.
It's all right.
You know. I mean, like it's been a long time.
I miss my cat who died many years ago.
Gappy.
Gappy.
Whole cat. There's a whole
Gappy
cubby
shrine.
hole of cat stuff that I sometimes look through
Oh.
because I miss my cat.
Yeah, and
who
picture
died.
books.
And
Yes.
he's actually there, right? His ashes.
He's in the ashes right there. Anyway,
Oh,
Yeah.
we miss popcorn too.
Oh yeah, our cat popcorn.
there you go.
Anyway, okay.
Sorry, Luke.
Wow. Sorry, Luke.
Throw me under the bus.
Oh my god. The missing bus.
Oh,
Number one, and they're not in order of importance, but it's Monica.
oh,
Oh wow.
And lumped in with that is love and the great mystery. We've been together for over 10 years, and
I don't know how that.
yes, it's not easy. It's this just constant test constant ways to.
Constant test.
It's a constant
Yes.
test. I mean, like
True.
a lot of times it's easy. A lot of times it's easy, and it's so rewarding, and I'm lucky, and I know it. I don't have to tell myself I'm lucky. Other times
Other
I'm
times
like.
you're not lucky.
Other times I'm.
Because guess what?
Gratitude.
I'm a Scorpio.
Gratitude. Practice gratitude.
Yes.
But you know, this doing coming down here, Monica doing the fort, and this show, and me just kind of getting to be here and hang out and spend time with all of you. But there was something about this trip and doing this show was like kind of a breakthrough for us, and I feel. And then coming back here, you know, we came down without the puppy with a car full of art, and then we came back with the puppy, and it's just. I don't know. I got to put you on the list because
Thanks, dude.
Oh,
I feel. I mean, like, you know, we fought for like New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, worst
true.
New Year's ever.
It was
We
the
fought for
worst
2
New
days
Year's
straight,
ever.
and I was
Wow.
like, maybe I should just cancel this show because I'm.
Yeah, we were working
I'm
on the
losing it.
show and we were all stressed out and we were just fighting.
wow.
We just fought for 2 days straight.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Yeah, at the end of it, I
We
just
got
stopped.
through to the other
I
side.
stopped everything because I'm like, well, if this fight gets any worse, then there's no point doing this show. So I'm just gonna be with this fight for 2 days.
Oh.
And at the end of it, I was like, wow, I'm like really good now. Like you know,
I'm
a lot
totally
of
chill.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, so, you know, ups and downs, love, great mystery, and Monica for bringing that into my life every day and sticking by my side in spite of it all.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
And
Oh, jeez.
I guess
Yeah, it could end any moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Also,
we could break up
also we could
tomorrow.
break up tomorrow.
Yeah,
I guess that's the. But you somewhere in there is the struggle, right?
the struggle.
Oh,
The
yeah.
struggle.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate her because she makes me grow, so I love her.
Yeah. You hate that I make you grow.
Awesome.
Oh,
Growing's
wow.
painful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right, Monica.
It's gotta hurt if it's to heal. That
Yeah, never ending
never
story.
ending story. All right, here we go.
But healing also gets itchy, like if it's a small cut.
It does.
Yeah, there is that.
It does.
You know, it's like, oh, it's a little itchy. Oh,
It's
it means
gotta
it's healing.
itch if it's
yeah.
to heal.
I'm a scab picker. I am a good.
Ah.
There we go.
Yes, I've been there. Okay, well
Yeah.
here's my 5, I guess. Number 5, dog parks.
Ooh.
We went to, well, first of all, Ellie, Eric's dog, has her own personal dog park in
Just
front
in
of
the-
his house.
the front
so,
yard.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we played there today
That was
with
amazing.
Lakota.
Nice.
And then we went to the Santa Monica Airport dog park. Is that the one that
Yeah.
you recommended
Yeah.
to us? But yeah, we've been trying to stop at dog parks during this trip and like in San Francisco and here
Did you go to the DuBose Park, dog park in San
in
Francisco?
San Francisco. We
There's
went,
one there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
We went to Dolores Park.
Oh, wait. Is that the one I'm talking about? There was
The
a.
one in the Mission.
Oh, it's a no. There's a DuBose Triangle Dog Park there. Sorry. Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, so
there's
we
just a
went
YouTube
there.
video that had some, what's it called? The one I like to watch, public freakouts.
Public freak
What?
Yeah, there was a dog park fight. Yeah.
Between people? Or
Yeah. Dogs first, then it became people, and it was kind of
Whoa, yeah.
fist fighting. But it was at that park. I was wondering if you went to that same park.
Oh, no.
I think you went to
Right.
one very close though. It's
Oh,
close
yeah,
by.
we went to Dolores Park
is
and
there a
then
dog
this other
pile?
one.
Dog pile.
Oh,
kind
at
of
the end.
human dog
Human
pile.
dog
Yeah,
pile?
there was.
Well, I was gonna bring that up actually, because like part of dog parks is like the politics of dog parks when you're there, and like the dogs with each other and how they like sniff each other, but then also like the humans that go with them, and like, do you talk to the other people, or you're not a talker, or you just talk about your dogs and their behavior?
Or you comment on their dogs.
Or you comment on other people's
Oh, you
dogs.
got a beautiful dog.
Yeah. How big are they gonna get?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How old is
get,
it?
we
Wait,
get
so
that question a lot.
what did you do today? Did you talk to anybody?
Today
Today was weird. Kinda.
Today was kind of a weird dog park day, wasn't it? There was a really interesting group of people at the dog park. But I think I try to be friendly to people. Southern usually has a harder time with the dog folk.
So one time I went to the dog park with my dog, and I like old dogs too. Like some people like, and old dogs that look kind of like, I mean, they're like
Really old? Yeah, yeah.
I kind of like the old dogs. So
Yeah, me too.
I remember there was a small old dog that just, you could tell like its skin wasn't as good or wasn't as pretty. The coat wasn't as pretty, I guess you'd say. And you could just tell it just wasn't, I don't know, wasn't whatever a pretty dog would look like, right? It's just, but I kind of liked it. I was like, oh, this is a cool little dog. So I actually was petting it and kind of like treating it really nicely. And then this old lady goes, "You're the first person to ever touch my dog." And she said, like, I was really, she was really touched and happy about that. She goes, "Thank you so much. Nobody cares about my dog." And I was just like, and I did, so I don't know.
Aww.
That was an awe story, but that happened. I was like, oh,
That's
well,
really sweet.
I like your dog. So
Nice.
anyway,
Yeah.
Good job, Eric.
dog parks.
Oh, dog park.
Dog parks.
Dog
Hooray.
parks. Old dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, number 4. Also a Chinese New Year thing, but my family had a 49ers themed Chinese New Year hosted by my Uncle Gordon, who is a really big 49ers fan. And 49ers colors are red and gold.
Red
as
and
you know.
gold.
So perfectly fit the
Awesome.
theme. And yeah, he and his family were all dressed in their jerseys. And he got 49ers balloons that he put around the restaurant. And
So you got he had a room kind of a thing.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Wow.
got 4 tables. And then at the end of dinner, when everyone was getting ready to leave, he was like, hey, everybody, come on. Like, we still have to do the raffle. We're like, what? And so he raffled off like 49ers gear to all of us. And we won a keychain. It's great. San Francisco keychain.
Awesome.
So okay, like
Yes.
This is a Chinese.
I'm ready for your
banquet, too.
questions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a 12-course meal.
Wow.
nice. I mean, that sounds pretty like normal, right? Like, but like 49ers.
He's been like a fan
like-
for as
like,
long as I remember.
Does he have kids and everything like that?
Mhm. He has 2 boys, yeah.
And are
Who are
they
adults.
and they're hardcore 49ers fans too? Because you know how I would feel? I'd be embarrassed.
I don't know. It's been like his thing, like his whole life. I mean,
Wait,
this
you'd be
whole time.
embarrassed if you were a visitor?
If that
or-
were your dad?
If that were my dad. Like, it's cool to love a sports team, it's cool to even love an athlete, but to love it so much that you're going to put your entire extended family through this. And I come from a pretty large extended family, so I'm talking 7 I think that 3 aunts, 4 uncles, or 4 aunts, 3 uncles, I think was what my mom's side. And it's like,
Oh, it's the same for us.
you
There's
know,
7.
come on,
Everybody.
and we're gonna have the game on, and we're all gonna wear the jerseys.
Well, you know what? They all wore the jerseys.
And
even
then
his
my
grown son.
grandchildren and my, oh my God,
It was my uncle, his wife, his 2 sons who are adults, in their 30s, and then his eldest son's daughter, who was just born a few months ago, was in a baby 49ers jersey.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
so
I
it
mean,
was everything.
Would
it
this
was all of it.
This is happening just because they're in the Super Bowl, right? If they weren't, if they had lost
yeah.
already, would this be no way, right? Or do you think it would have still happened
he's
anyway?
never done this before.
Oh,
So I think he's Super
That's
Bowl.
right, the Super Bowl.
Can't wait. Perfectly fits Chinese
Yeah.
New Year. I'm hosting it.
got the right colors,
Got the right colors. Everybody
right city,
come.
right
Too
city.
bad
right
the Super Bowl and Chinese New Year didn't fall on the same
I
day.
know. Could have
That
been.
would have been too much, maybe.
People's heads would have been exploding
Yes.
with red and gold.
It's too much. So give it some space. You have 2 parties now, right?
Oh my god.
What are they gonna do on Super Bowl day? What are they?
Oh,
do you know?
I didn't ask.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I was
they'll be
wondering
at
if there's
home.
another-
They don't have tickets.
Okay, but that's in Miami, I think, the game. But
Yeah, it's in Florida.
I was wondering if they're gonna have another banquet or something.
Oh,
It's, it's coming up on
or
Sunday.
during.
I don't know. It's on Sunday. I'm wondering if there's a party that they're doing or something. Maybe you're not invited to that one.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, now
Your
now
disappointment
you have
is
me
palpable.
wondering.
It's when the real party's going to be. It's this was a test.
Yep,
Oh,
you have
worked
to
out
see
really well.
who the real fans are. You know, Monica and Souther is removed from the
Crossed off that list.
You got a keychain. They
Yeah.
took the
Yeah,
keychain.
keychain.
The fact that you were happy with the keychain just shows how little dedication you
Yeah, well. So that's my number 4.
Awesome.
Number 3 is the sun, because I mean we went back up to Portland for how long were we gone for before we came
2
back?
weeks.
Like
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh, and I surely did miss the sun while we were there. It's just nothing like it. It's just like raining and gray up in Portland already. Full winter.
Wow. We don't even
I
know
can't
what that
believe how
is.
warm it is
It's
here.
like a nice 80 today, I think, or something.
I'm jealous.
We need rain.
Wait, you're jealous of the fog? Or
Yeah,
the
I just want the things that
gray?
I can't have.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
so
Well, come on up.
like I imagine that if I was living in Portland, I'd be pretty like, oh, I wish I had some sun.
I mean, it's
yeah.
really nice to have seasons up there, you know.
Mm.
But you do miss the sun, especially in the winter. It's like a few months of pure gray.
Does it snow up there? It doesn't snow up there.
Sometimes it didn't for like decades, and then like climate change, like past few years, it's been
They
snowing.
got snow.
It snows. We have snow now.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
Nice.
The sun.
but it's been good to be
Oh,
here.
can you talk about the air quality of Portland, just as a little side note?
Oh yes.
Because I was trying to explain to somebody, and I think I got the story wrong.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing about Portland, Oregon, which is filled with trees, beautiful, so aware of environmental impact and all of that stuff, right? We compost and do all the things. We have the worst air quality as far as carbon goes in the country.
Seriously?
In Multnomah County in Portland, Oregon. Yes. And that's because trucks that what 14-wheelers, 16-wheelers?
18, I believe,
18?
yeah.
What's the
More,
number?
18.
18-wheelers up in Oregon don't have the same laws as in Washington and California, so they don't have to be filtered at all.
Oh.
And so all of the trucks from California and Washington that have been banned have been sold to Oregon and are just doing trips within Oregon, and they're completely unfiltered and just like all the carbon is just pouring into the air. So we actually have the worst air quality
Wow.
as far as like carbon emissions in all of the United States. And like nobody knows about it.
So why isn't
Nobody, because every time they try to pass legislation about it, like big money comes in and like blocks it every time, and like nobody knows about it. It's so weird. I only found out about it because I was on like our neighborhood board, and like someone came and talked to us about it. But
Wait, you're a neighborhood council person
I
too?
was last year.
Wow.
We're involved. We care
Yes.
about the area. We care.
Yeah, I was on the Elliott neighborhood board. I was the secretary.
Oh,
So watch out.
The
Molotovs.
Molotov, those
Yeah.
18-wheelers.
Who knows what would have happened?
It's a lot of work for no pay.
Yep.
Mhm.
You gotta
Yeah,
care.
but
You know, my knowledge of Portland, like, just kind of
Just
extends
doubled.
to
It just doubled.
Portlandia.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's when I think of Portland, I think of Portlandia.
Oh, what's that?
It's a
Never heard of it.
Really? It's that show on AMC. featuring-
Is that an Instagram channel?
It should be, with Fred Armiston and
Yes.
Carrie. I'm not sure what
Brownstein.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
From Sleater Kinney.
It really seems like
Who probably
that
lives here
show-
now, right?
Did she move back there?
Oh, I don't know. Does that show actually take place in Portland? I've not
yeah,
watched.
they did
know what?
shoot a lot of
I only
it.
watched the Put a Burn on It thing. That's the only thing I've ever seen. But I've never watched an episode, actually.
It took me a while to get used to it.
Yeah.
Took me about
I was-
like half a season.
I wasn't sure if it was shot here, actually, but it's supposed to look like Portland. So it's all,
no. Yeah, it was actually shot up there.
Oh, just like the, what is it called? Parks and Rec? Or
Mhm.
that show is all in LA. Like you
Oh.
could just see things. You're like, that's LA, actually. But it's all,
Yeah.
So Portlandia is actually in
yeah,
Portland.
and
Huh.
I think it may have started like when I moved down here and I was living here for a little
Wow.
bit.
That's many years already. That
Yeah,
show.
it used to make me feel like I was like, oh, so nostalgic for Portland. Like when I
Wow.
would watch that show, and now like that I see it, I'm like, oh my god, Portlandia ruined Portland. A lot of people feel that way.
Oh, really?
Because like I think a lot of like people didn't even like hear about Portland or like know about it until the show, and so we just get like all these tourists who come who are like, oh, put a bird on it. Oh my god, this totally reminds me of that episode. Or like, yeah, I would like work at a store and people would come be like, oh my god, Portlandia, this is Portlandia happening right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it got.
I would be one of those people.
It got pretty annoying.
I haven't watched. I gotta watch it now. At least one episode.
You know, again, like I say, it's a show that like takes a while to get used to.
Wow.
The format's really weird. You know, it's like a 2-person like
Sketch.
kind of thing, like Kids in the Hallish, but like it's also kind of weird narrative. And then they do these really intense like season finale episodes as the show like progresses.
Wow.
Like, you know, and Kyle MacLachlan plays the mayor.
Oh yeah, he's great.
So am I missing out by not watching this? Because I actually only saw the put a bird on it skit, and then that was it. That's the only thing I've
I've
There's
only
the-
watched a few, honestly.
really.
There's
Okay.
the Portland song, like, you know, Dream of the 90s or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
that one's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. So they did this song called, like, you know,
The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I
Which
don't
is
know.
true.
Yeah. You know, the 90s were a great decade.
Yeah.
So,
I think that show actually got a lot of people to move to Portland. So
Wow.
it's
This
not as cheap
upping-
anymore, man.
upping up that carbon footprint with
Yep.
their, you know, cars.
Wow. It's ruined.
Fred.
Oh,
Fred
Fred.
Armisen, you ruined it.
Fred and Tootie.
All right. Okay, next. Oh, number 2. Childhood home. My childhood home. We went back there to hang out with my family.
San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, wow.
But it's like the house that I grew up in since I was 5 years old. And so it's just, I don't know. There's something about being back, like where you grew up and in your old room and like what you left there.
Oh, are some things intact?
Yeah, some
Wow.
things are intact
Wow.
from when I was a
Yeah, like
kid.
everything.
So there's always like everything's the same here. But I mean, like, okay, I like repainted my room like when I was right out of college and like back there like trying to figure out what I was gonna do, and I was pen pals with Luke Chu.
Yeah.
And yeah,
We've known each
I
other
have
forever now.
Yeah, I have a drawing on my wall from you.
Was it still there?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
that's right. A drawing.
It's the piece of your art I know the best.
Nice. Nice.
But I don't know. It's cool to be like back in a place and it's like, oh, all these things like live here and I get to like see them when I'm back here, like old family photos and stuff.
How often
like
do you
that.
get a chance to go back to San Francisco?
I don't know. What's it like twice a year or something? What do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
so you could visit your childhood home very often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Have you ever visited? Wait, where did you were from somewhere else?
I grew up
Fresno.
in Fresno.
So have you ever been to your childhood home?
Not since
No.
I not since I left San Luis Obispo.
Yeah.
So
How about you, Souther?
Yeah.
Childhood home? Have you gone back or were able to see it or anything like that?
I've gone back to look at it.
Uh-huh.
My childhood home in
But
Hayward.
you couldn't go in it though.
No.
It wasn't.
Outside.
No, we lost it.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
That was Hayward, California.
That's just like south of
And
Southeast
Oakland,
Bay.
I guess, or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Southeast
okay.
Bay.
Yeah.
And then your
And-
family now is in.
Central Valley.
Central Valley,
So
so-
like
Yeah, not that far from
not
Fresno.
Fresno, but I'm familiar. Modesto, Oakdale.
Modesto.
Just that's
Yeah.
Fresno North.
I lived in a town called Knights Ferry.
I've never even heard of that.
that one
Must-
sounds like it's in England or something.
Yeah.
It's small.
Very.
It's an old haunted mining town
Oh,
by a river.
wow.
There's no gas station. It's very small.
Knights
Whoa,
Ferry. How
not
many
even a
people?
gas
How many
station.
people live there?
At least 7.
7. So there was a place. Let's see. There was a guy. So long ago, we had the giant robot message boards. Right?
Oh, I remember
was a
those.
thing. And there was one guy who lived in a place called Railroad Flats. I think it was the name of it. Same thing. I think there was like 5 people or 10 people in the town, and it's one of those things where it's like there's hardly anyone there, and he had no money. His dad was I think a drinking person. So just one of those things. And one day we put up a collection so he can come to an art show. And I can't remember whose art show. I don't know if it was one of yours or not. I can't remember. But we all pitched in like $20 each, and he bought him a bus ticket. He actually came down and
What?
I remember
Cool.
this.
And
This
someone-
was for my show.
was it? It might have been.
What's his name?
I can't remember the kid's name. He was
I-
blonde. He was blonde, but someone picked him up in downtown at the bus
Aw.
station, and he came in and gave me a hug. He goes, "Dude, thank you." And he was like, but he was like, he had a hard life, or was living a hard life. So yeah, we actually for a weekend he brought him into LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I was thinking maybe it was your art show, but I can't remember anymore.
I think
But
it
he was
did
so
it happen
happy.
on the Giant Robot message boards?
Yeah, that's where it came from. And then he
Okay.
actually came to
I
town.
remember
And
that.
yeah, it was awesome. But I didn't even know him. He just walked and gave me a hug, and I was like, "Who is this?" And it's like he said, I forgot his moniker, his online name, but he goes, "I'm so and so." And I was like, "Oh shit, whoa!" And he goes, "Yeah, you gave money." And I was like, "Yeah, I did, but awesome." He was so happy.
Did you guys like
But-
put
That's
him
so
up like in
sweet.
the area and stuff like
What's
that?
that?
Did you guys did they put him up in the area?
Oh, they took. I think he stayed at one of the other guys' homes, but the guy had a car, so he was able to see all the LA stuff that we were always talking about, I guess, on the boards. But it's one of those things that he came to an art show, so it was kind of cool.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And then it all just went to shit.
I don't
as soon
know.
as he
Well, he's from What's the name of it's Railroad Flats is the name of the
Railroad
place.
Flats.
You can
Such
look
a
it
good
up.
name.
It's kind of like maybe it's like Knight's Bridge. Is that what's
Knight's
called?
Ferry.
Knight's Ferry.
People often do call it Knight's Bridge, and it's famous for the bridge.
Oh, there's a bridge.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a covered bridge. That,
I was getting confused with like all those England names because there's a lot of bridges there.
yeah.
Like there's King's Bridge or something. I don't know. I've heard of so. Knights, yeah, interesting.
Knight's
Ferry.
Ferry.
That's even cooler.
Knight's Ferry.
Is it spelled like with a Y or an IE?
With a Y. There was
Wow.
that. I think Knight was the man who ran the ferry on the river.
Oh, there was a river with a ferry.
Like
Yeah.
Ferry.
Like, you thought it was like
Yes.
a little tiny, like a ferry.
Like a ferry.
Ooh.
Like the ferry that
Tooth fairy?
accompanies
More
the night.
magical.
You know?
So,
like
wow.
Farie, you know.
So what's the
Could be.
and there was
Could
mining
be.
there, like gold. I take it or something or.
Yeah, I don't really know the
Oh.
mining history, but it was. I worked in a haunted restaurant that was on the
Oh
mine.
yeah, that's right.
Whoa.
And so
haunted
the ghosts,
restaurant?
Yeah, Nice Ferry Resort at the time. It's changed names, I think, by now.
Is it still haunted?
Oh, it must be.
I mean,
yeah.
do they still promote it as haunted? Like
No,
it's
but they never
haunted.
promoted it as haunted. It was,
They didn't cash in on that, but
yeah, but
people
I.
were really scared of it.
The stories came from many generations of different people owning it and running it, and they're like, this place has been haunted. It continues
And
to be
different
haunted.
employees who worked there
Yeah,
had experiences. Right?
I worked, and I wasn't too. I don't know. I didn't worry about it, so I would kind of close the restaurant for everybody because everyone just wanted to get out of there. And I was safe. Nothing. A lot of weird things happened, but I was never attacked.
Like you didn't see
But
plates
other
go
people
flying.
were attacked.
Plates
Oh,
went flying, but I didn't see it. I saw the broken plates.
Plates
like, the next day.
exploded.
Plates ex-
Apparently.
Wow.
Whoa!
Will you tell us about it, Southern? Come on.
Come on, Souther.
on.
Come on, we're
Tell
on
us
this-
the
Yeah,
scariest
don't
story,
worry.
man.
Yes,
Yes. Yes. Tell it.
please. Nothing like a
Well-
good ghost
Yeah.
story.
Well, let's see. They there were all these stories. There was the
Where do you begin?
like, where do I begin?
I mean,
Well, because there were so many, but there was kind of like this one head waitress who had been there for many years. She was a biker. She was like pretty tough. So when she was like, I will not close. I will not be here past this minute of this hour because of the ghosts.
Whoa.
And her experience was being there alone, being the last person there one night, and then smelling somebody close by as she was putting away like silverware or napkins or something, and then turning around, and there was nobody there, but she felt and smelled like somebody was right behind me.
Oh.
And then she ran out because she's like, there's a break-in or something, and got into her car, and then in the window was, a woman in Victorian dress and standing
hat
there
and
in a
everything.
hat and looking out at her in like a white frilly Victorian dress. And she was like, she continued to work there, but she's like, I'm never
Closing.
Closing.
That.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would tend to kind of finish people's jobs for them, like mop or put things away. But I quit and before I quit, I came back to finish like my last shifts, and I was working. I was a dishwasher initially, and then I went out to do stuff on the floor, like, but they hired dishwashers to replace me, and it was actually a couple. I think they were undocumented, were working there, and the two people were working on one paycheck. And I came in the morning to do a shift, and the place had been like, it was just a mess, and they said they had been attacked. They said they had been attacked by plates. See. That's what happens when you tell a ghost story.
Ghost stories, dogs.
Scared dog.
Dogs
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, she does know. She knows something.
Dogs see additional colors that we don't see, right? And stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, so there were broken plates. Broken plates were on the ground, and the story.
Racist ghost.
The story I heard. Oh, I'm
There was
sure.
water all over the floor.
There was water all over the floor, broken plates, and the story was that the woman, the wife, was washing the dishes, or the kitchen was right behind the dishwashing section, and they'd stack the plates behind the dishwasher. They started smashing behind her
On the shelf.
on the
like,
while
they're
still on the
stacked.
shelf.
Stacked.
Wow.
And then she ran over to her husband, who was mopping by the bathrooms, and he was there like shaking. He said he bent down to wring out the mop, and something grabbed his head and tried to shove it into the mop bucket. And so they left, and they just left. They left it all like that, and they were like, we're done.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's
That's awesome.
yeah. That's crazy.
But, nothing like that happened to me. I did have a girlfriend who I was like, oh, come on, it's fine. And she's like, no, that place is scary. And I'm like, it's fine. And as soon as she walked in, all the buckets fell down. Just on their own. Just all the buckets fell. A lot more stuff happened. Too many things happened.
Wow.
But that story.
just in one place.
The attack
Yeah.
is
Right?
great.
Yeah.
Knight's Ferry Resort.
And the whole time I'm like, I don't believe in ghosts.
I don't believe no ghost.
But,
Wow.
That's crazy.
yeah.
This is our first ghost story on Robot in the
Whoa,
Bear.
what?
Maybe so.
I'll tell one more.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so there was, this is the 90s.
Yeah.
Do you remember the 90s?
Yes.
Huh? The wild '90s.
The
Yeah.
dream of the 90s
This
is
is
still
this is when the
alive.
dream of the 90s was real life. And because it was the 90s, it was like one of the guys working in the kitchen was like learning Wicca.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Let's playing with fire.
And so he goes outside and he has his hand on the tree, which, that's fine. I do that.
Mm-hmm.
But he has his hand on the tree and he came back and he said, that tree's not happy. It talked to me. And I was like, okay. And then I went and it was like, Sunday I went to go bring champagne outside to somebody. And they were like, as I walked out, I heard this ear splitting, like cracking noise, and an entire branch fell off the tree and just, and this was, the resort had a kind of a haunted feeling. It's alongside a river, and then there's just like campgrounds beyond. So it's very like, it has this kind of, it's serene, but it's also kind of a little bit isolated, a little bit creepy. This tree branch just falls and just lands. And the guy that I was bringing like mimosas to or champagne to, he just starts cackling. And he looked at me and he said, I'm the devil.
Whoa.
This happened. And and I just walked out and I was like, I probably like laughed nervously and tried to finish my job.
I'm the devil.
I'm the devil. And then we walked over to the tree branch and it was totally the branch was alive. It just fell.
Right. It wasn't like
It
a
wasn't a
dying
dead branch.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
So make of that what you
know.
will.
Wow.
That happened. I was there.
Ghost story number 3. Or
That's
4. Well, it's a whole bunch of ghost stories.
Yeah, that's a whole
That's
bunch
a lot,
of ghost
actually.
story, yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
3 or 4 now?
Dude, we should have you back for October
Whoa.
when come Halloween.
Spoopy.
Dude,
time.
that's
Wow.
awesome. That's awesome. I only have one ghost, but I think we should let Monica
Oh,
finish
you
up.
can please tell your ghost
Okay, I'll tell
story.
my. I only have one kind of
Whoa,
ghost story-ish
okay.
thing. It's not really like a haunting or anything like that, but like my father used to work for Garfield Medical, which is a hospital, and by Alhambra, Monterey Park area, and he used to work as a social worker there, so he knew a lot of the staff and stuff. And when he retired, they had a retirement party in the basement, and so my mother and I attended the retirement party, and I had a camera, a film camera, and I was just taking pictures, and it was already like half used, and when we developed the film, like the first half, which is like backyard shots, it's like normal, everything was cool, but then all the pictures in the last half, which took place in the hospital, all had orbs in the photos. And it's a hospital, so like it makes sense. And actually, it's the hospital my father died in. So it's
He's an orb now.
He's an orb now.
That's nice.
He's hanging out with the other orbs.
That's cool.
But yeah, that was the first time I was kind of like,
dang,
whoa, what the fuck is going on here? Because I don't believe in ghosts, and I don't I do love like good old fashioned YouTube ghost stories, like ghost videos where it's like there'll be a woman in a hallway and suddenly and it's like a CCTV thing, and you'll see like a chair just fly at her, and you're like, what the fuck? I love that kind of stuff.
I'm so scared.
Anyways, but Monica, finish your top five.
Number one,
Alright.
orbs.
Number one orbs. Well, my number one was coming back to LA to be with y'all, but I think we already talked about that.
Well, they can overlap.
Yeah.
Wait, so can we tell more ghost stories?
I want to hear about
What?
I wanna
I'm
hear
I'm
about-
excited to be back here. It's cool.
why.
Why? I don't know. I had a really great time this last trip, which was just 2 weeks ago. And I don't know, it feels good to be back here, and so many old friends and stuff came out too.
It's
The
great to
opening.
see you guys.
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
seen
awesome.
either of
Me
you
too.
in long ass freaking time. I haven't seen how long has it been since you've done a show out here in Los Angeles?
I don't even know. I think people thought I died.
Okay, so this
Okay.
brings up this
Oh
this
my
this
God.
brings up a rumor that caught my ear, and the rumor was that that Salazar quit art and
Yeah.
is going to be a healer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who told you this rumor?
I'm not. I don't feel like I can be able to share that rumor.
oh my
But it's a person that Eric and I both know.
Probably someone from
Wow.
Portland.
Oh,
Mm.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Probably someone from Portland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, is it true?
Is it true? Well, no, of course not. I can't.
He's still drawing. So
I don't have
How do you
the.
quit?
He's even drawing right
I mean,
in front of us. So
yeah.
yeah.
True.
There's.
He drew a paper plate.
Or he drew Corona.
Oh.
I don't.
It's true. It's
I
like,
don't really have. I don't have the ability to quit.
Right.
I don't have the ability to quit. But I could.
Well, you could-
That and a career are two different things.
Right.
Art is basically. Drawing is one thing, but art is just full time navigating.
Right.
It's just navigating existence, like letting it in, making decisions. Every action has to have you just have to be yourself. That's to me. I think it's kind of like art is just that umbrella. You wake up and you're like, I'm free, and I'm gonna stay free all day until somebody gets in my way and makes me not feel free, and I'm gonna remember to be an artist and deal with it that way, always. But and in that, it's always been healing for me. So I have been spending a lot more time just kind of making space for that, to really understand it from that perspective first, that is my highest value, is to feel like myself. And to be an artist, I think, is to drawing to I see something I like and I want to be able to represent it. That's one thing, but to draw to know yourself, that's healing. That's been healing for me. And so I have learned. I did a mentorship 2 years ago now with Shane Case, intuitive healer in Portland, who's half Lakota, and I learned And that's kind of another story about the puppy we have. We named after her tribe because we adopted her on the land that we went when we went to do some workshops with the children on her reservation.
That's in South Dakota.
Mhm.
Yeah, in South Dakota. So I have been extending myself with the goal of it's not like I want to heal. It's just like this has been healing for me. And if I share it, then I'm like making that connection known. So, to make that fort that Monica made and to be like, we want people to just go in and lose track of time and draw and Eric can be closing the shop and they wouldn't even know it. Like that to hear that story, that is kind of like that same energy coming back. Like that made me happy to hear that because I know how people feel about time these days. There's not enough time for anything. Everything's, managed this way with, it's just people have a different relationship to time. It's harder to get lost in your imagination, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, like we have like clocks or some sort of device on us that we're constantly like that that has the tendency of like kind of pulling us away from ourselves, right?
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny because like I don't know, you listened to I think you heard the episode last week where I was kind of trying to dissect my comment about like
missing people,
right? And like, and I was,
we've taken it to
comment
new
about
heights.
missing people?
We've taken it pretty far.
Yeah, and like
without you even. So yeah, you don't miss anybody. That's all it is.
Rumor is
Yeah.
Luke missed no one.
Yeah, it's like that should be a sticker.
We've had a lot of conversations about that.
Yeah, that should be a sticker. I think a lot of people have had conversations about it. Luke missed no one.
Yeah, I'm looking.
That's a supreme sticker.
Let me know if there's a
Yeah,
hashtag that I
then
could like,
help.
like peek in on
Yeah.
like conversation about it, please. But like, well, anyways, but like, but I one of the factors that when I was trying to dissect it for myself was like, like is technology a factor? Because like I'm never really bored, because I constantly have something that like is holding my attention, whether it's myself, like obligations, like I'm supposed to meet up with people, or my the technology that is like whatever. Like I get like these really weird routines now, like watching shit on YouTube like almost daily. So
It's really hard to even remember when the last time you saw someone in person was. I feel like with like Instagram and stuff like that, because it's just like, oh yeah, I know this about you, but it's just like, oh my god, like I haven't seen you in 2 years,
right,
or 12 years.
right.
Yeah. There's a lot of disconnect there.
Yeah.
And I started, I mean, I don't really use the phone or the computer too much anymore. I mean, I know I have to because I have intentions in this world and I like need to move. Monica does a lot of it for me, really, to be
That's
truthful.
true.
And other people kind of, you can get a lot of reflection just from being around people. So like friends, I get a lot of what I would get from a phone, from just constantly updating about what's going on, from a conversation with somebody.
Right.
And so I like that fills that for me. And, I think putting down this intention of like, I want to heal myself first. I believe that if we all were doing that, then like things would start changing so much more. And that included just kind of being like, I'm going to spend time sitting with flowers. I'm going to make time to do these things. Not just because it's a beautiful thing to do, but because that is where medicine has traditionally come from. It comes from nature.
Right.
So, however much some people believe in these things, and for me, it's not really a matter of like a belief system. It's that I'm going to see and know and experience for myself, in community and with people who take it seriously, like to sit with flowers or to hold stones or gems and just sort of like really get to know like, what am I feeling? What experience am I having? Did anything change to be with that? And it's not different than for me, for being an artist, for just feeling a sense of inspiration. And I've noticed that like over the years, computers and phones, I sort of like sensed my connection dwindling and my attention for it dwindling. And wanting to see it through that lens more than to see it in person. And so I would just stop and ask myself, you know, is it possible to stop recording, to not record any of this, to only be with like the emotional experience of it? And it really reconnected me. I mean, to answer that first rumor, it just reconnected me to art from like, oh, this is everything that art always was for me before it became a job, before I did illustration work, before I went to school. It's that you see things, you get excited. There's just a sense of like creativity just like crackling all around you when you're in that, and then you want to draw. And when you draw, if you draw long enough, even if you're drawing completely abstract or like cartoon stuff from out of your mind, you're in that like I can, if I'm in a terrible mood, if I sit and draw long enough, I will change everything. It may just be a conversation between me and a piece of paper, but it does change my reality, because my reality was I was in despair. I learned some terrible news. I was worrying. If I sit and draw long enough, I can change that mood. And so there's, you know, I connect it to healing, but I'm not going to quit being an artist. I mean, like, then I would be sick again.
Right.
Like, art keeps me feeling connected to just things that are important.
Can you talk about you kind of touched upon it with the flower thing, your I don't know, I can't say side project, but your other project, Moon Dune.
Oh,
Moon Dune, MOONDOON. Yeah, there's I don't even know what the call.
Yeah, they're flower and
Yeah,
gem
here's one.
essences.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
what are those called?
They're called essences, which I
So
think
it's
a
not
lot
it's not the same as tincture.
No, so the difference between them and tinctures is that like tinctures are made usually with like alcohol and like plant matter. So you would actually need So you would actually need like to like grind down the leaves and the roots or whatever and like steep them in alcohol, and then you strain that, and that's a tincture.
Right.
But like essences are made with the vibrational qualities of plants and stones, and they can be even made environmentally, so like in a place, and they're made with a lot of intention and like with a lot of intuition. So a lot of it is like being able to put yourself in a place where you're sitting with the plants and stones, and like you're actually asking them like, what is the medicine that you have for me? And it's a really old native tradition actually. So we learned this from our mentor.
But this this actually has ingredients in it.
Yeah, so the essences that we have made are like with specific plants and with specific stones.
But then how do you, I mean, you're not grinding it then.
We're not
and that's-
grinding them.
and
So
that's-
it uses water.
There's no material in it.
There's no
really.
material in it.
what?
It's only, yeah.
Wait, can you explain that more?
Yeah, sure. It's made with purified water, and
Right.
then like we have like glass bowls, and then you like work with the plant, and you're like, can I make this with you? And then we put like the flowers or the stones in the water
Oh, okay.
for some time.
So that is steeped, isn't it? In that case.
yeah, so like the flowers are done with sunlight, and then the sunlight is helping to pass the vibrational quality into the water. And then like with stones, we work with moonlight. But I mean, I didn't grow up believing like any of this stuff, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Right.
But like honestly, like taking the ones that our teacher made and like doing this mentorship and like making our own, it's just, I don't know, I feel a difference. So I mean, it's like very gentle but very like strong medicine for your energetic body. So
But-
it's not like for sickness, like
Right.
physical sickness, but
Well, some
it's
of
more
these
for,
say
like,
you
emotional sickness.
you take them 4 different times a day, right? So it's actually
yeah.
like,
So you
just-
take like 4 drops.
but that means just
4
trying
times
it
a
once might not really make a difference until you probably need to take it every day for a while, right? I would assume.
Yeah, to have the support of it. I
Right.
mean, it really should be taken regularly because
Yeah.
it's energetic. So it's just like, well, are you really going to notice a shift in like
Right.
one day? Probably
subtle.
not. It's subtle.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, so
I'd
we can
explain
make
to people, and it was difficult to try to explain.
yeah, and they're
You-
called
you-
essences. So a lot of people
Yeah.
think like, oh, essential oil. But
I've heard essential oil, and I said
Yeah,
it's not that.
essential oil.
I
Yeah.
said that it's not that.
Mhm.
So I'd explain that to people.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did a good enough job.
It's weird.
I know. It's weird. I know it's weird.
No,
It's
it's
like-
cool. I mean, like, I think that, it takes all kinds, and, maybe like, I mean, I think the stereotypical thing to say is like different strokes for different folks, but like, I think it's cool that like, that these kind of things exist, and, you never know how, like, I mean, especially when it comes to like people who are looking for something to help them with whatever, like,
Yeah, and I think like a lot of people, I mean, like ultimately a lot of people, and especially artists and creative people, are very sensitive, like with different energies and their emotions and stuff like that, and
Sure.
like, I mean, sometimes you feel like shit and you have no idea why. And a lot of times for creative people, it's like our environment, it's the people that we're around and like their energy, and it's just like, it's real. I don't know.
Well, I
feel it.
figured this has a history. Actually, it's not something you made up, right? This
No,
is
no,
something you're
it has
studying.
a
But I
very
mean,
long
there was
history.
a second, at least in my lifetime, I remember when Chinese medicine was completely like hocus pocus, like magic for people. And that's been around for what, 1,000
Yeah.
years. I figured this might be around for 1,000 years as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
and it's a lot of different people practice.
part of a-
essences.
So it's one of those things that people won't believe until, I guess it gets more widely accepted or something.
Well, it used
Or,
to thinking like ancient traditions, indigenous traditions are outmoded and primitive, and like that we've evolved our medicine to be these like pharmaceutical pills, and somehow that is progression. And I think what we're learning as we see like as we see kind of just like the widespread ripple of thinking that way, just reducing everything to medicine by components, or this just kind of industrialized take on how we should operate. And we're learning that the wisdom of people who lived with the land in a way where they knew all the plants and they were very sensitive to it, and they learned from generations before, and they learned by intuition and by being with them, and would pass that down, that is very healthy. And so returning to that is, I mean, I didn't really seek this out. I just started to have these experiences where I'm like, something's weird, and I'm a very intuitive person, so I just would follow these kind of loose threads every day, and next thing I know, I wasn't really stepping into crystal shops. I wasn't really interested in tarot. I didn't have that. Like I said, I didn't believe in ghosts. But I kept having experiences where I'm like, something just happened. Something just happened to my entire body, and I want to know what that was. And I started to just allow myself to have more room for that sensitivity. And, turns out that leads you back to flowers and trees and rocks. But, yeah, it's in my world, the medicine is very real. I take these different things, we make them. It's not we've only recently started to share it, because I do feel like we should practice caring for one another, because I have felt in my own life experience and from friends and people close to me that sometimes you feel like nobody cares about you and no one's going to help, that we live in a world where we don't do a good job of taking care of each other, and that it's all rigged. It's all rigged. So to learn different ways to take care of ourselves, then you can share it. And I kind of had to learn. I've learned for many years slowly through art that the more I am able to care about myself or love myself, the more I'm actually able to show up for other people. And,
Sure.
So that's part of this, like making these medicines, making these things that we've found a connection with, and I'm wanting to share that.
That's great.
That includes, you made bath salts too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys take baths?
I love baths.
Okay.
I love baths, so I made bath salts too. Yeah.
Awesome.
I've never used bath salts before. I don't
Do
really
you
take baths
enjoy
anymore.
baths?
Well, the problem with bathing in America with the bathtubs that we have is that they are too shallow.
Yes, I agree.
So like I don't regularly take baths. Or
My house is all about deep tubs, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Deep
yeah.
tubs.
deep tub.
Yeah. Some of them are. Yeah, I have some deep tubs here at this house.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deep tubs.
Yeah, you've got like this. You actually have like a classic Japanese like bathroom kind of bathtub.
Yeah, and another bathtub is made by Jacuzzi brand. You know that's a brand.
Oh.
I thought Jacuzzi was a hot tub.
Yeah,
It's actually a brand of bathtubs.
like a Xerox.
Yeah, it's like Kleenex, like Xerox.
Yeah. Jacuzzi is a brand of just brand. I thought it was a thing, but yeah, they make deep ass bathtubs too.
Really?
Yeah. So lo and behold, I have a deep ass jacuzzi tub.
Whoa. Yeah, like last time I was in Singapore, like they
so
put me up in this like pretty like posh like hotel, and they had a gigantic freaking jacuzzi bathtub
Yeah.
with like bath salts, and I was
Did
like,
you do it?
I wanted to.
Wait,
you
you
didn't?
didn't?
I didn't do it.
Oh.
I got like just. Like, sometimes you just get too tired where it's just like, I'm just going to freaking take a quick shower because I don't want to wait the freaking 40
Fill
minutes
it.
it's
Yeah.
going to take to fill the tub up with,
Wow.
but,
Okay. Oh.
Well, maybe the next time.
maybe the next time.
Maybe the next time you come over to Eric's house, you can
Take a
get
bath.
One of the deep ass tubs.
I would never want to impose.
Oh, okay.
And Eric's quietly thinking, thank God.
Naked Luke.
Oh. Great.
Naked Luke in the shallow bath.
Yeah.
Oh, in the shallow bath.
Missing no one.
Oh.
Pure sadness.
Yeah, can that be your
okay.
next painting? Just being in a shallow
let
bath.
me preface
This
something.
big guy in his shallow bath.
Yeah.
The benefit of not missing anyone is that you don't feel sadness.
Oh.
You're just whatever. You're just with yourself, and you're cool with it. So I don't think there's anything. I mean, like, I think from the outside it could look sad, but from where I'm sitting, it's fine. So
So
it's big.
I've heard on the other side of sorrow is passion. Is that true for you?
no. The other side of sorrow and passion is apathy. And I think that, like, that's probably where my head kind of is most comfortable resting, when I'm, by myself. So,
Is that why the model kits don't get made?
No, the model kits, I've been
Oh.
building Gundams freaking, like, since January for all this month, like,
Okay.
almost every day. So,
So as much as you draw, this guy makes
Whoa.
model kits of
How
Gundam.
many have you finished? Or is that how does that?
I don't know.
It doesn't work that way.
I've got a room.
You have like a bunch going.
Like, I have a 2-bedroom apartment, and the second room is nothing but Gundams.
It's all model kits in the
Whoa.
garage.
And the garage is like my backlog.
It's all unmade model kits
Yeah.
everywhere.
I just fill the hole in my soul with like polystyrene
Ooh.
and ABS plastics. So, I just,
That's awesome.
it's my thing. It's I the way I kind of
It sounds like a passion to me.
yeah, well, I mean, to a certain degree. Like, I think that, it's the classic case. I have a collector mentality. So, like, say when I was in, like, elementary school, I was, like, trying to collect Star Wars figures. And then when I was in, like, high school to college, I was collecting records. And I had a shit ton of records, And then, like, when I was after college, I was collecting track marks. And then, like,
What the fuck? Great.
I don't think you can. I'm a collector too. I don't think you can be a collector and be apathetic because you collect things you love.
yeah, absolutely.
There's like feeling there.
Oh no! I mean, like my freaking when I wake up, or like before I go to bed, I'm usually like at certain blogs, just looking at like what news is coming in or what people have been doing, and like go to message boards, and so like I think the apathy is toward people, but but I definitely have a lot of self love, so
That's good.
it's like I don't like like if I eat like like fast food, like I'll just hate myself for eating fast food. I'm like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. You have food in the fridge. You could have like just cooked something up really quick, and it would have been so much healthier for you.
Oh, you're gonna confess.
What am I gonna confess?
Oh, that we ate the double
Oh.
with protein style at In-N-Out because
I had
you guys
that
were
on-
talking about it.
I had that on Sunday.
We had that
Dou-
yesterday.
Dude, it's so good. Double
super
dial
good.
protein style. Oh my god, that is my In-N-Out burger.
But you didn't get so you didn't have any bread.
No,
No,
we
but
did.
you feel so much better after.
Yeah. It's
It's true, but
without
that
it.
bread tastes good.
that
It is
bread
good
does
bread.
taste
Because
good.
they do a good job with the bread. They actually toast the inside of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it is
Oh,
good.
it's
But
so
man, man, like you just feel like
But
you're doing yourself
Yeah.
good.
But do you get two? Because you have to get two, right? 'Cause
Last
you're
time
not
I
eating
only
bread.
ate one,
Oh.
but but usually if I like really hungry and that's the kind of I usually don't go out to eat. Like I don't go to like fast food places unless like I've been on the road all day and I'm starving.
Right.
And say driving from the west side back to my neighborhood, like you could be on the road for like an hour, hour and a half easily stuck in traffic. And so yeah, like if I'm starving like that, then I'll get two of them.
Right. So basically, you're basically eating a burger.
Two double doubles.
Oh,
Du-
so
two
four
double protein
burgers.
styles, no tomato.
4 patties.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's a
But
lot.
regular onion.
Yeah, regular.
So you're basically eating like a burger salad.
yeah,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
it feels good.
But I'm trying to cut down on that second one. It's easy to, like I don't know what okay like since we're all like past the age of 20 like have you noticed
A
that
little
like
bit.
when you like eat like I don't know I've noticed it for myself like I don't get full like I used to. Like it'll take me like 20 minutes after I've eaten like a serving to realize that like okay, yeah, I'm fine. I've eaten plenty.
Wait, what does that got to do with age? Like if you're younger, what happens? You get
I
full
don't know.
faster.
I get full
Realize?
faster. Yeah, I realize
Oh.
my
Wow.
fullness quicker.
Oh, I never noticed that if that's true or not. For me, I've
Yeah.
never noticed that. Huh, I never
So-
even thought of that.
Do you
But-
feel yourself like pacing yourself, or you're like
I'm trying to be
you're
a lot.
overeating?
I'm trying to. Yeah, I can easily overeat.
So you're trying to plan ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like go like okay, this is all.
Oh, so maybe
I really-
maybe when you're younger, you just weren't getting full. Is that possible? Like
No,
you,
think
I
you're
would
just
get full, but
metabolism.
wait,
like,
you get full faster.
yeah, I would feel it like as I was
Oh,
eating.
that's so weird.
Wow,
But
I've
like,
never thought about that.
but now like I can eat and I'll eat a serving and I'll be like and I should be fine, but like if someone goes, hey, you want to go hit up this place for a taco? I'm like, okay, let's go do it, and then like I'll eat the taco. And like by then the rest of
The
the
first
food
thing
that all the food that I ate earlier just finally catches up with me, and I'll be like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten the fucking taco. So,
Wow.
But anyways,
I don't even know why. What happened? Why do we talk about burger?
we were talking about eating two double doubles,
Oh, okay.
and why I'm trying to avoid like eating two
The
double
second
doubles.
one.
Yeah, I just want to eat one double double. Do we have any questions from Mr. Salazar?
No, not one question for Mr. Salazar. Just a
Oh
comment.
my.
Angry Banana says, "I eat really slow now and get full faster.
Oh.
Maybe I eat too fast.
I eat really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I do.
Mindful eating.
No, it's all about quantity and speed,
Whoa.
and not thinking about consequences.
Well, yeah. I mean, like,
No, don't think about consequences.
it's
Just do it.
Oh man, there's always consequences, and the consequences.
Yeah,
make
there
you
are,
feel-
but don't think about it until it happens.
Yeah.
Just kidding. That's the wrong way to go
No.
for most things, but I do that with food a lot. It's
Really?
like, I don't think about consequences. Let's just eat that extra ramen with tsukemen, as we did.
I had tsukemen like on Saturday.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and
And you ate ramen too? No.
no,
Okay, so you're supposed to
No.
do both and then just not worry about it.
I should have.
You'll kill yourself.
No,
yeah.
but the thing
Oh
is
my.
that I had a friend with me, and we got an extra noodle, and my friend didn't really care for it, and so
Oh
I didn't want to
my.
waste all the food, and like I just so
you
I
did
ate
the dad job.
Wow.
It's like your dad duty. Eat all of it.
Yeah, I
Can't
don't-
waste it.
I hate wasting food.
I do that
Me
job.
too.
I end up eating what's left.
Yeah,
I
food
hate
waste
wasting
is
food.
terrible. Like and I always get mad when I see people like leave just huge quantities of food at the table. I'm like,
Wow.
what the fuck, man? Like, yeah, I know you paid for it, but like, you don't have to be like a dick.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing that really gets you.
Well, it's kind of like a weird Chinese thing too,
yeah.
right? Like,
no, I definitely got that.
like Chinese people,
People should feel weird about wasting food.
right?
I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
and also like, it has many other places it could go.
But like
Compost,
wealthy,
worm bins.
wealthy Chinese people, they have this thing of like leaving food at the table, like
like,
as
kinda
proof
show
of
off.
like I could just
Oh.
pay for
Oh, they're
this. and-
ballers.
Yeah, and I don't have to eat all of it, and like I don't have to take it back
Wow.
home. And it's just
Wow.
like like I remember the last time I went to when I went to Din Tai Fung in Shanghai. Like the table like just right kind of next to ours, and it was like a full family table, and there was this like entire like baskets of uneaten food and like like there, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And
It's releasing
Wild.
that feeling of scarcity, or
right,
Mm.
yeah.
You know what my grandma used to say when I was a kid, though, is if I couldn't finish like a plate of food, like at a restaurant, she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like just eat the expensive parts." So like the meat or the
That's the
more
same, yeah.
expensive veggies or whatever.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
Eat the expensive parts.
Eat
then.
the food, leave the rice.
yep.
Yeah, leave the rice.
Yep. No, that I grew up with that mentality as well.
God.
Like at least eat the meat.
Yeah, at least eat that.
Didn't you?
Yeah. No, that's a thing.
Didn't you?
That's a thing.
That's a universal thing, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everyone
Like, don't eat all those potatoes. Just finish your
yeah,
steak.
don't eat the filler. Eat the part that we're here for.
It's so weird.
No appetizers. I want to enjoy my food.
But sometimes the appetizers are the best part of the
Yeah.
meal.
Yeah.
Because it has the most salt and the most like
Yeah.
oil and
The
fat in it.
tasties, the
Oh,
cheese.
Yeah.
One question just
Ooh.
came up from Angry Bananas, our buddy. Your buddy.
Carlos.
Hi, Carlos.
It's a question. What are some of your favorite hot drinks? He's asking you this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Coffee.
Souther loves coffee. true.
Dandy tea and other teas.
What's
Oh.
dandy?
dandy?
Dandelion?
Mm-hmm.
Dandy tea is like it's like dandelion, but also some other things, right? Like chicory. But it's a blend that you can buy. It's a coffee like replacement.
What?
Yeah. So it has like a lot of nutrients in it.
Where do
So
you get this?
Like the food co-op and stuff like that. But
Oh.
it's like
We don't have
dandy
one of those, do
blend
we?
tea. But if you like go and get it, it comes in powder form and it's very dark brown,
Oh.
like instant coffee, and then you just stir it into hot water. But it has like tons of nutrients in it. So even though there's no caffeine, sometimes when I drink it, I like feel like I just drank coffee
Wow.
because it's just like energizing.
Yeah, that's
It's pretty cool.
Sounds like it's something you can find at Whole Foods.
Are they are they in tea
I think they
bags?
have it. No, because I think you need to dissolve
Whoa.
it into water, like it's instant coffee.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is
Dandy
good.
tea.
Dandy
Yeah.
tea.
gonna
find
try
that.
chaga
Oh.
mushroom. I
Oh,
haven't
the
yet. Tulsi
oh, I
rose
really
tea.
like the Tulsi rose tea.
Tulsi
I think
rose
I
tea.
sent it to both. of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
still
had
have
some.
it. I haven't had it yet.
I had some.
It's like the best tea. I mean, if you like rose flavor, which I don't know if anyone is like, I love rose flavor, but like it's really
good.
It's very tasty.
I'm going to try it later on.
I
It's
tried
not
it.
Yeah.
caffeinated, right? So
No, shouldn't be.
okay, I'll try it tonight.
What's
Yeah.
what's
calming
this
and
what's this
magical.
mushroom thing you're
Oh,
talking
chaga
about?
mushroom.
Chaga mushroom.
I haven't tried it yet. I have one. I haven't made it yet.
Oh yeah,
what's-
Souther
what's
actually has
chaga?
a
I
whole
I
mushroom.
traded for a chaga mushroom.
What? Traded
I
what?
just trade. We traded some
I
of our
traded
medicine.
Oh.
for it.
Yeah.
What's a chaga mushroom? That sounds like gnarly. It's not just a
looks
mushroom,
like
but it's
a
a
shell.
chaga mushroom.
right?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It like,
okay.
looks
I
like a
just-
shelf type mushroom. It's like
Yeah.
brown and like it grows like this, probably on a log or something.
Oh.
But it's supposed to be super good for what?
Yeah, I think
Nervous system.
like it's supposed to be good for lots of things, inflammation, and also it's can be like a coffee replacement, but you have to brew it. You have to like brew it for days,
Oh.
and I guess it's often like harvested irresponsibly. But who I got it from, they said that it was a family who'd been doing it carefully for many years. So
What do you mean irresponsibly?
Might kill you.
Like
Like it's
people just
poisonous?
go
Like
just
going,
just go get as
taking
much
it.
as you can possibly find, and not
okay.
having a relationship with the land and having a sense of like, is there
How long it
more?
takes.
Am I
Oh,
like
you're
just
over, or maybe
Gross.
taking too much.
Mm.
yeah.
I see.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
So
just
so like a family
over-harvesting,
with
yeah.
the relationship with the land knows like how much they should harvest.
Is it still alive? Are you like doing like the
I
mushroom
think
kit
it's
thing?
dried. No, yeah. So it's not like a living mushroom. It's like a dried mushroom that we would then.
Oh.
But I actually
grind or
haven't.
something.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I just
Hot
have
drinks.
it. When I get back, I'm going to.
You know what I loved as a kid was Horlicks.
What's
Do you
that?
remember that?
Horlicks.
That's like
It's like
that's like
malt.
Ovaltine or something,
Yeah,
but not
it's like
Ovaltine.
malt.
Yeah, it's another thing. Yeah.
Wow,
Mix it
Ovaltine's
into
great.
milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like
I think they.
Hong Kong thing?
I was gonna say I think they drink that in Singapore for sure.
Oh.
I know someone in Singapore would drink that Horlicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. I loved it as a
I
kid.
didn't drink that, but
I
I
never
yeah.
didn't even drink it last time I was in Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Milk
Wow.
tea.
So those are the hot drinks
Do you
like?
guys have
I love
hot
coffee.
drinks you like?
Coffee is,
Solar
like,
loves coffee the
my
most.
favorite
Coffee.
I drink a lot of coffee.
But
Coffee
this
guy.
dandy tea sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'm
You should
intrigued
try
by
it.
it
It's
too.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what never caught on here was yerba mate. That has not caught on, right?
No, I mean,
I
it's
love
Like
the
they tried. They
flavor.
tried, and that
Yeah,
just
they
did not.
really
That
tried.
didn't work
I
out,
love
right?
The flavor.
I had a friend who
My
was
dad used to give me yerba mate.
yeah. It's well, I had an old friend in college who I think is Argentinian, and he used to drink yerba mate, and he would have like the wood gourd and the straw with the spoon with the like filtered kind of thing at the end of it, and he would like
Oh.
just brew up yerba mate all the time, and and I thought it was great, but like yeah.
That didn't catch on. I thought that was going to become a thing, like at some moment, maybe like 10 years ago. It did not blow up.
I think it
Yeah.
became a thing in certain sects.
Yeah.
Bye, Solar.
Bye,
Later,
Souther.
Later, Souther. I think he had
On
to
that note,
use the facilities there.
Well, what
Talking
kind of
about
hot
all this-
beverages do you
yeah.
like, Eric?
Coffee, hot water.
oh,
Really?
hot water.
You-
Hot water
drink
is
hot
a
water.
huge thing in China.
Really?
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I drink hot
It
water.
is.
Yeah.
It's because they believe
Yeah.
that like I think from what I understand, like Chinese people believe that if you drink hot water, your body like processes it a lot easier
Oh, really?
because it's like closer to your body
Yeah.
temperature.
Yeah.
You know,
And I don't drink it that hot. Like I usually cool it down just a little bit. I drink hot water.
Yeah. My grandpa used to only drink hot water.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, I drink hot
No
coffee.
cold.
I do coffee, but then I drink hot water. Like when sometimes I just get bored of the coffee flavor. I'm like, okay, I've had enough of this, and I just start drinking hot
Yeah,
water.
you just want the heat.
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
you like those really bright
Yeah.
coffees, anyways. It's really acidic. Bright
Yeah,
coffee.
acidic, nice acidic coffees with tastes like cherries or has like
Oh,
essences, all these different kinds of flavor profiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the crazier the flavor, the better, kind of a thing.
I'm an earthier
Wow.
coffee
Yeah,
person.
I'm a chocolatey coffee.
No, I
person.
like it when it tastes fruity and
Wow.
acidic.
All right.
Yeah.
Noted.
But nonetheless, sometimes in the morning, that's like a harsh morning coffee to have because you're drinking like, whoa, shit, it's acidic, right? When you
Right.
wake up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want that, but sometimes I do. So I'm up for either. But if it's a more earthier, like chocolatey, I suppose it's an easier drink, thing to drink. But,
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't care. I go for the brightness.
You're hardcore.
Oh, Carlos, he asked another question. Hope we can keep going with this.
Oh.
These are weird questions. Okay.
Yay, Carlos.
Carlos,
Keep 'em coming.
Carlos has good questions.
Top 3 favorite fruit and top 3 fruit you hate.
Dude, we were just talking about
Oh, really?
favorite fruits. Remember?
What are the favorite fruits you like? What are the 3 that you hate though? Wait, 3? Oh, top 3 that you
Bottom
hate.
3.
Yeah. I
Oh,
guess
wait,
bottom
top
three.
3 that you hate?
Well, top 3 or bottom 3 you hate, whichever one you want to go.
Oh.
That's easy for me, but
Wait, so not the favorites at all.
Well, which ones are your favorites, and then which
My
ones do you
favorite
hate?
is watermelon.
Oh,
like a
watermelon's
really
awesome.
good watermelon. I'll take that over anything else.
yeah.
No fair.
Easy
Yeah,
to eat.
No competition.
Wow.
Yep. Whenever I go to the fruit bar, like watermelon goes.
And I can
goes.
like see it. Like when you go to the grocery store and you see the cut melons, like I can tell which ones are going to be crunchy, like just by looking at the cut, like the size of the cells.
But like,
Yeah, but can you thump them?
Yeah.
Can you
Thump 'em.
can you thump it?
You know what?
Can
I
you
used to be
notice
able
the
to
bee
thump it.
lines? Can you
Yeah.
do all
I
the
used
tricks?
to thump them, and then that didn't work after a while. I
No.
was like, what happened?
What about yellow watermelons? Do you like that? Ones are yellow.
Oh,
Yeah.
the-
I've had I've had
mean,
those a few times.
They taste
but
different, right?
They taste different.
I think so.
Are
Okay.
they
Some
a
people
little bit
say
softer too.
I think they have a tartness to it actually. The yellow watermelons,
like
but I like yellow
classic.
watermelons.
No.
Yeah.
What about pomegranates?
Oh yeah, I like pomegranates. I don't know if I would call it my top 3. But
How about like a good peach or a stone
Oh,
fruit of
yeah,
some sort?
good
Like a
peach.
peach or
a
a
very
grape
juicy
plum.
peach.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love stone fruits.
Yeah,
so
me
the-
too.
Plum, nectarine.
Yeah.
I love cherries.
Cherries. Oh,
And
that could be up there.
grapes, crunchy
Oh,
red
Crunchy
grapes.
grapes.
Crunchy grapes.
No, crunchy green grapes are my favorite.
Oh,
Not
I
red.
like
Crunchy
crunchy
green grapes are great too.
I like
Yeah.
crunchy red flame grapes.
Not
Which-
green. It's all about the green grapes.
I actually am. Lately, it's been the green grapes.
What about the
but-
muscat
Oh,
grapes
wow.
that are like sort of like made? I mean,
Those are
supposedly
nice
it's for wine,
flavor.
but they have some that you eat.
Yeah,
and those are.
yeah,
I
those are
love the
super-
flavor.
If they're firm,
And that's like
yeah.
a thing from I think Japan, right? Like there's always muscat grapes there.
Is it a Japanese thing?
I don't know if it is, but I think they have it
I think
there.
it's like an Italian
but-
thing that got
But there's a
imported to
flavor like all
Japan.
those grape drinks that are like
Oh
not.
yeah, muscat flavor.
Sometimes that's
yeah.
based on that, right?
Yeah, yeah, they have muscat sodas and
Yeah.
jelly candies
Yeah.
and stuff like
See,
that.
I
that's
like
based
it.
on those grapes.
See, I'm a big lychee person.
Oh,
Lychees are
yeah.
Except when
they're
it's
fresh.
when
Unless-
when it's like fermenting.
Yeah. Last time we were in Hawaii, we got some lychee from whatchamacallit?
Chinatown,
farmer's
Some
basically.
market?
Chinatown.
Oh, mhm.
And like we'd like bite into it and there was this like, oh, these are off.
Oh no!
And they're like fizzy.
Yeah.
Because they
Oh
were
my
fermenting, right? So they kind of taste
Whoa,
fizzy. And I
that's
was
like way old.
I'd sucked.
Yeah, that was
Yeah. Like very disappointed in lychee in Hawaii.
Mm,
Yeah.
man.
You guys are lame.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
had-
kidding.
Chinatown let us down.
Yeah, it was really bad. Like it was old probably and it was no good.
Did they have a rambutan there? You know, the one that looks like it has like
I've had that
spiky
before.
hair.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, those is super good.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's in my top 3 fruit though.
Probably not.
What about
Yeah.
cantaloupe?
Oh,
I
good
like
melon
cantaloupe.
is good
You
like
love,
that.
You love
Good cantaloupe or what's the other one? Honeydew, the
Yeah,
green
or
one.
honeydew.
Cantaloupe
these
is
are all-
definitely toward the bottom for me.
Oh.
What about durian?
So that falls into 3
Yeah.
fruits that I hate: durian, bananas, and tomatoes.
Oh, I like that you
the
counted
tomato
tomato.
move.
Nice.
Tomato got in there.
Come on. Hey, it technically is a fruit.
But that's a vegetable, man.
No, it's a fruit.
Grew from the ovaries of a flower.
Because
Yep.
you make tomato sauce and you put it on
I
pizza.
love tomato sauce. I love
So
cooked
that's
tomato.
so you got fruit
Is
on
it
your
the
pizza?
fresh
But, like,
tomato?
So
but-
you eat fruit on your pizza? Because I don't eat fruit on my pizza.
See,
so.
yeah, I do. I do pineapple on my pizza.
No, you're
all the
eating
time.
tomato on your pizza.
Yeah, but I don't
That's
do
fruit.
slices of tomato. I don't do some slices of tomato.
Yeah,
on
but
my
it's
pizza.
mushed up. That's like mushing up a
I know.
banana.
No,
and
but
putting it
like
on there.
you know, if you order tomato on your pizza, it's usually sliced. And
yeah,
like,
but tomato sauce is on there. That's just like
tomato sauce is fine. I'm
That's-
totally fine with tomato sauce. I'm totally
so.
fine
So
with
you,
salsa.
so you eat fruit on your pizza. I don't eat. I have tomato sauce, but I consider that a vegetable.
Well, you know what? You are unwittingly
what?
eating fruit on your pizza.
no, no way, man.
Because also zucchinis are fruits.
No.
See, I like
And
zucchini.
avocados.
Zucchinis are at the bottom for me. If that's a fruit, thank you. That's the worst.
I like
Zucchinis are
personally.
wannabe cucumbers.
Oh
You know,
my god.
Like when they're
Cucumbers are
they're-
fruit too.
Yeah, they are.
cucumbers are up there, but zucchinis are at the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah. Are they?
Dang.
That's supposed to be a fruit.
Yeah.
So what
'cause
about beans that are growing on a thing? Is that a fruit?
No.
Because that's like
No.
a bean.
No.
it's different. It
No,
has
green
to
beans?
develop from the ovary of the flower.
Right. The beans are the seed.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Dropping some fruit knowledge.
Damn it, Luke.
Least favorite fruits,
Wow.
guys.
Okay, least favorite. Wow. What is okay? Durian and bananas and tomato.
Tomatoes.
So you don't
Raw
like
tomato.
You
Raw
don't like
tomato.
raw tomato.
Right. I
But
can
cooked-
like.
Oh, there are
Cooked
good.
is fine.
There are some
Well-
amazing tomatoes that are you could eat raw that are
There's
just
some that I've eaten, but like
like
you
those
know,
heirloom tomatoes grown
Heirlooms are
really
very
well.
sweet,
Sometimes
yes.
those are amazing.
Yeah. Well, you know, when I think of raw tomato, I think of raw tomato and a
Like
hamburger,
mealy.
and like
well, you're
that is
eating
not-
shitty ass
That
tomatoes. though.
pale
Yeah.
red.
Poor tomatoes.
Yeah,
Mealy.
Those
they're
are like
gross.
those are bad kind.
Oh yeah, that should be.
Those are
like,
GMO tomatoes.
Yeah, McDonald's
Oh,
tomato.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
I'm gonna buy a
I'm not
good one
eating
from
it.
a farmer's market. I'm gonna make you eat it, and you're gonna like it.
All right. You know, you're welcome to do it on the podcast.
And you're gonna eat it and like it.
I don't
You
know.
should eat it
if
right
you
off
could,
the vine.
if you can make me like it, I'll be very impressed.
Okay.
You know, but like I think I have a problem with like the weird packets of like jelly seedy parts in the fruit, which are you know. And then when you have like, you know,
Yes.
too ripe a
that's-
tomato, it's like
Oh,
the
the
meat is all like
Yeah.
granular.
Oh yeah, it's all mealy.
Those are shitty tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grown poorly.
Yeah, I also don't like granular like bits in watermelon. You know, when
Oh
you have,
yeah, that is sad. When you get one, it's the whole fucking watermelon. It's mealy. What?
You ever have it one that's
Like
kind of like
that coupled with like
Oh, it's
my
so
hate
bad.
of waste of food. What is a person to do?
You just throw it in the backyard and hope the
sucks.
Oh
seeds
my
grow into
God.
another, you know.
even no, that's bad watermelon, bad
Oh,
seeds,
it's so
bad plant.
sad.
It's
Yeah.
It's the saddest
poorly
thing.
done.
It's like a good watermelon's in the top 3 and a
Good
mealy watermelon.
It's at the
gone
bottom
bad.
three.
Yes.
You ever have it when it's
Because
kind of
it's
like
that
gummy?
it's that bad. When it's bad, it's the
Yes.
worst.
Yeah.
Or yeah, when it's not mealy, but
Sometimes it's kind of
soft.
it's weird, right? It's
Oh,
got a
it's like kinda
gummier kind of some
spongy or
spongy,
something.
right? Oh, that's the worst.
And they don't have seeds hardly ever anymore.
No, they don't come seeded very often anymore.
I love the small mini watermelons
yeah.
that are
I
like
love
without
personal-
seeds. It's like
personal
genetic engineering at its finest. You know,
yes.
thank you technology. Thank you, person who's been sitting there playing with flowers until, like, you know, they finally happened. You know.
Oh my gosh, bottom fruit. I don't even know what to say. I like.
Bottom
I
fruit.
like-
That's sad.
I know it
I know.
does sound sad. I like. a
Am
lot
I the
of
only
fruit.
one who just knew it like right
Yeah.
off the top of my head?
Yeah. I mean, like some fruits, like apples to me are boring, but I actually like apples.
I love
but they're boring.
apples.
But that's not a top 3 for me. It's just a
Yeah.
mediocre.
I like
Apple's just
some apples.
over. It's too much apple.
No
Too much
way.
apple.
No,
Apples are overrepresented.
awesome.
Yeah, but like they're just overrepresented in our life.
How about an orange?
Maybe it's an American thing, like because we're like, you know.
Like an orange? Those are
Yeah.
boring.
I love oranges. Oh, man,
That's in your top 3?
Oh.
No,
No
it's
way.
probably
It's in
in
the
my.
me-
It's
it's in the
definitely in
middle,
my
right?
top 10.
It's
you
in the
know?
middle.
Oh,
How many fruits can you
What's
name?
is tangerine
I mean-
higher than orange? Or the
Yes,
other way?
tangerine is definitely.
tangerine
higher.
is way higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way
Oh.
higher.
So where's tangerine?
Oh my god.
it will be, tangerine would fall into my like.
A good one, right?
Like yeah, like the ones that grow in my mom's backyard.
Is it a satsuma,
top
like the
five.
Japanese kind?
Yeah,
or
the
is it-
Japanese
Or is it
kind.
gold nugget? Gold nugget's a good one.
I've never had gold. I'm
It's
not
a
sure.
little bit bigger. I'd suggest that. It's actually usually really good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
gold nugget. It's a good tangerine.
But like, you know,
So
navel
a
oranges.
person with a nursery told me that that's the way to go.
Gold nugget.
Gold
Yep.
nugget.
A Japanese American guy
nice
too
name.
did not side with the Satsuma Japanese plant. He said
Wow.
gold nugget's better than the Satsuma. And I was like,
Wow.
damn.
Whoa.
So there, gold
Yeah.
nugget.
Damn, tangerine.
They're expensive too. If you go to a farmer's market, gold nuggets usually a little more expensive.
I'll have to let you also guys, you
Try
know,
that.
when come next fall, the pomegranates that grow in my mom's
Oh.
backyards are insane.
I like pomegranates.
Whoa.
like
yeah, I love
they're like super like there's zero tartness. It's all sweetness.
Oh, but there's a little bit of tartness is kind of good, isn't it?
yeah, but like these are like it's like eating freaking pomegranate candy.
Wow, I can't even imagine.
But like in actual the fruit. You know, I don't know why they grow this way in my mom's backyard. Like we
and
don't
they
do
look
anything.
regular, like
Yeah,
red
they look
ones?
regular, red, you know, and with
Whoa.
dark red, you know, like fruits inside, and yeah, they're insane. Yeah, we don't like, you know, spray it with crazy chemicals or like, you know, inject, you know, whatever.
What about a pear? Is a pear a bottom
know-
like a
Pear is closer to the bottom. for
There's
me.
an Asian pear, but then there's
Yeah.
like the American Bosque pear, right?
Yeah,
doesn't
it's not my favorite.
That
But
gets kinda
Korean
low.
pear.
I love
that's what I'm
a
saying.
good Bartlett pear.
Bartlett.
It's so juicy.
So that's at the
and
high. 'cause
thin
that's-
skinned.
that's low for me.
What's a Bartlett pear?
It's like kind of green with like kind of
one of
reddish
those-
splotching on it.
Oh, okay, yeah,
You know.
yeah. Like
That's
yeah.
still not
But-
up there for me.
I like those
yeah.
pears.
This is a really hard question, Carlos, because I feel like any fruit at its like
Finest.
finest, I really enjoy. Except for I guess durian. I only tried once when I was a child.
What about a
and
grapefruit?
it disgusted
Oh, she
me.
loves grapefruit.
I love grapefruits. Southern will tell you, he's always like, I buy them and I keep them at our house and then I'll cut them in half and I'm like, do you want one? And he's like, and I'm like, it's okay, I'll eat it. And then when I'm eating them at breakfast, Heather says I eat them like a little animal. Like I'm just like, so I I'm like, my mouth is watering right now because I'm talking about grapefruits.
I mean, what about like strawberries?
Ruby red
Those are good.
grapefruit.
What about a really good strawberry?
Not as
yeah.
high as a tangerine.
Oh no, tangerine. Good strawberry beats
Wow.
tangerine
Yeah.
for me.
Wow.
Not for me.
Wow,
Strawberry
a
or
bad
blackberry?
strawberry is
well,
definitely.
those are good too. What about blueberries? A good one.
I love blueberries. Oh,
That goes in the 20s.
Wow.
Like right up there with raspberries and freaking.
Oh.
Like, you
Oh, I
know-
don't love raspberries.
Boysenberries and Marionberries.
Yeah, that's all in the 20s for me.
Wait, lingonberries, but
Oh,
that's all, I've only had that at
At
IKEA.
IKEA.
Oh,
Yeah.
just like as
It's a soda or something. Yeah,
or
lingonberry. Yeah.
That was
with
really
your
good
meatballs. It's good with the meatballs.
Yeah. The lingonberry jelly. Yeah.
Is that an actual berry?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like round and small.
Oh,
Yeah.
Red.
okay.
Yeah, they're wild
Oh.
in Sweden.
Did Carlos say something else?
Nope, that's it. Oh, no, no more. Oh man, this is good. what is your favorite guilty pleasure TV movie you're
Oh.
embarrassed to talk about?
TV or movie or TV movie?
or movie?
Oh, made for TV movie.
No, or TV or movie.
Guilty pleasure.
Oh my gosh! Remember when we were watching Once Upon a Time?
No. I don't remember that.
I don't. I wouldn't call that a favorite. I don't.
Mine is
What
Lucky
was
Star, the anime,
One day at a time is better.
which none of you guys have seen.
Lucky
So-
Star.
Lucky Star.
Lucky Star.
What's it
that?
about?
It's an anime. It's just about like Japanese schoolgirls doing Japanese schoolgirl things. It's literally like slice of life. So it's
Oh,
like
wait, is it the one where they're like in a club together?
no.
Oh, okay.
They're
Carlos
just in,
watches Burn Notice.
You know,
Some show
Oh.
called Burn Notice.
mm.
Friday Night Lights. That was a good TV show. The end. So bad. So bad it was good,
Oh my gosh.
but it was really a piece of shit. But good. It was good, but piece of shit.
Uh,
This is a hard question.
but Friday Night Lights had that great soundtrack.
But that's the movie. The movie soundtrack and the TV soundtrack are a little different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the movie one is amazing.
Had explosions in the sky.
Yeah, the TV one has one song from Explosions in the Sky, and the rest are all like something else.
Oh.
It's not the same. Yeah,
Hmm.
the movie's a lot different.
Hmm.
The TV show's cheesy, like Beverly Hills 90210, but the movie's like kind of dreary, kind of, you know.
Did you guys watch the OC?
Yeah.
Is that like?
Oh, the
No, I never did.
I think I watched some of it. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched One Day at a Time. Have you guys watched that one?
No, the new one?
The
Wow.
new one?
No,
It's pretty
I've only
funny.
seen the old one.
How about Fuller House? I don't know.
What? Oh no!
Like I these are shows I've never
Never seen
seen,
them.
but I know they exist.
To come up,
Wow.
suggested. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's a weird note to end on, but we were like way past our
Wow,
time.
really?
we went way
Oh wow!
Yeah. The stupid,
right,
the
well.
fruit talk just went
Fruit-
way long.
Fruit top.
But,
Well, guys,
we're at
let
210,
everyone know
yeah.
how they can be able to find you on social media.
You won't be able to find Souther.
You
Oh, you know what?
You have
At
an
Instagram.
Souther
Instagram, right?
Salazar.
I
At
did.
Souther Salazar.
no, but like, isn't it just Souther Salazar on Instagram?
Yeah.
I use my phone for I use my phone for like if I get a poem idea.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna read a poem?
Oh yeah.
I want Luke to read it. It's
Oh, yeah.
actually this poem it's also an idea for like the
but will
title
you,
of the
wait, but you have to make him promise not to
Oh,
laugh.
yeah, don't.
Don't laugh at Souther though, because he worked really hard on it.
Yeah, don't.
That'll look like it only had like 10 words.
Can you promise not to laugh cuz it's
I don't. Okay, wait. Can you do
I
this?
read
Luke?
that first line and I kind of
you can't promise.
okay, so I will try.
Can't
not to.
promise.
Okay,
Promise not to laugh. Luke Eric, will you promise not to laugh at my feelings?
Go for it.
Luke's already laughing.
It's okay. I mean, I only laugh because I feel it too. You know, I you know, it says love poems to Donald Trump by Souther. Dear Donald Trump, fuck you. Love, Souther.
Did you just? Are you really reading that?
It's a poem that Souther wrote.
Well, that was the point.
don't
Just when
laugh.
did you write that?
Today.
Don't laugh
Wow.
at it.
Okay, I won't laugh.
If I'm laughing, it's only because I relate to it. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're like you're communicating to me. You've put to words the feelings that I have.
Well, and if I didn't have a phone, I wouldn't have been able to write that down.
Yeah.
So there
That's
you
actually
go.
what I do with my painting ideas. I write things out like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because like the way I kind of see it is like, because I know there's ideas that I won't be able to execute like for like months, just because I'm got other things I'm working on at the time. And so instead of having it drawn out, I'll have it typed out, and then maybe I'm wondering whether or not like either reading it will jog my memory, or I will have a new idea like in my head about how it'll be executed.
Oh, that's
so,
really cool.
I like
but
that.
anyways, Southern Salazar at Southern Salazar.
At Choybot.
How do you spell that?
CHOYBOT.
So give both of these guys a follow.
Yep.
Check out what they're going on. If you're in Portland, look them up and
Come
Yeah.
tomorrow to
And-
the closing evening at GR2.
Yep, I'll most likely be there. No, I think
Awesome.
I will be there.
We'll
So
draw. Let's draw.
Yay.
We will draw.
That'd be awesome.
And I know Thomas Hahn's going to be there, so come and say hi to Thomas Hahn and I.
Yay.
Okay.
And Southern Monica and
Let's
Eric.
do it.
Awesome.
There'll be food.
Well, we have a crazy spammer on our YouTube.
Ooh,
I
what
wish
are they saying?
this person only it's in Spanish.
Oh.
Well, masturbate, ejaculate. I papi estoy belaca sexo, or something like that. And this person has written it like 25 times or more.
Oh my.
Yeah, like over and over and over. And then the word Satan has shown up once or twice.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh wait, I can block them.
No, don't block them.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, they're
No.
not doing a good job though. It's really boring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
anyway.
I just wish I knew what I know what masturbate and what was the other word?
Ejaculate.
Masturbate and ejaculate.
Yeah.
You know those words.
Yeah, I know those ones.
I don't know. Anyways,
All right.
they're pretty boring.
Anyways, hey, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah.
You
Thank
know,
you
you
for
guys are
both.
great.
Guys.
Yeah.
And
man.
yeah, hope to see all y'all tomorrow.
Yeah.
Robot
Thank
and
you.
the bear. Robot and the bear.
Robot and the Bear.
Robot and the bear, 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 bear.